I'm back, and I'm mediocre than ever. Hey, welcome. This is our WWE Week in Review. Me and Rob doing an audio show, coming back. We're going to rock some websites. Got UFC playing in the background. But you know what? Rob's like, we're doing it now. And I'm like, let's do it. Let's do this shit.
Let's not lie. You kept telling me to hurry up, that you wanted to do it as soon as possible. And then as soon as I was like, all right, I'm ready, you're like, all right, let's do this. 15 minutes. And then it took an hour to get going. Don't you turn this on me like I'm some monster.
Because the thing is, you're like, you go to start a podcast, like, oh, I'm gonna, I got 3 kids, 97 fucking businesses, and 450 fucking people that need me at all times. But they leave me the fuck alone until 3 things happen. I open up a book to read, I start writing it, or I'm like, I'm about to do a podcast. If I'm not doing those 3 things, there's not a soul around. But as soon as I start one of those 3 things, it starts. All right, so enough about us. I'm back from vacation. Rob is back from Alcatraz, and we are ready to rock this show. I feel a little out of place, but we'll get into it. We'll get into it. So let's start off. Who's this week's MVP? This week's MVP.
Oh,
that's tough. I'm going with a couple surprises. I got a couple nominees here.
All right.
My number 1 guy, Seth Rollins. He was very interested on multiple shows.
Mm-hmm.
So I give my MVP. But there's some honorable mentions, and some of them might shock you. One of them, Kane.
Kane did have some great spots, and I love his bits with Miz. Holy shit, do I love his bits with Miz.
Yeah, and then also that, RVD. I thought RVD really stepped up his game. I'm not going to work for another 90 days.
Yeah, it was a great go-home thing for him.
Yeah, so I thought it was really interesting. Now, the big debate is, Boom Boom did do a Monday Night Raw review show. Thank you, Boom Boom. And, man, it was tough. It was tough. Definitely probably worst show of the week. Well, first off, who's your MVP?
Not John Cena.
Yeah, always. Yeah, we'll get into the John Cena fact.
Holy shit.
Let's talk positive. You're positive, Petey. Who's your MVP?
My
John.
MVP is whoever in the back room, whoever is responsible for the decision to have Reigns go after Rollins. Whoever is responsible for that, you're my MVP. Because as a Shield fan, this is way overdue.
Yeah, definitely. And my whole thing is, we were talking about this off air. Kayfabe-wise, we're living in the kayfabe universe. Everything we see is real. That wise. WWE has the worst boyfriends / friends in the world.
Seriously, Reigns is the worst friend.
He waits until the guy is concussed and missing, and then he's like, you know what? Let me finally step up for him. Hey, asshole, you gotta stand in the back. And the thing is, the Usos and John Cena. The Usos always run out the same John Cena. Anytime the Usos are in trouble, John Cena's like, you're on your own, bitch. They never return the favor, and I'm pretty sure WWE. It's so funny because they do Slater Gator and they hate each other, but they have to team up type storyline. They seem to be better friends than most of WWE. They're busting each other's balls. They don't like each other, but at least they're there for each other.
It's true. When Heath Slater defeated your MVP, Seth Rollins, Titus O'Neil was happy to cheer for his friend and celebrate his friend's victory. He gonna get the number.
Exactly. So there you go. Worst friend. So who was your MVP? You're going Seth Rollins too?
I'm going whoever's responsible for the decision to have Reigns go after Seth Rollins. But aside from that guy, if I'm picking a wrestler, definitely Seth Rollins. He gave RVD amazing matches for a great send-off for RVD for who knows how long. And that alone, I thought was really cool because I didn't like RVD that much up until the last few weeks. And this week was I could see why people loved RVD. I could see it. It was like a glimpse at it. And it was pretty cool.
It was really awesome in his prime. And at one time, I believe, because, there's always a best in the world, and they pass the torch, either injuries or something. I think at one time, RVD was best in the world. Those days are behind them, but you got a little glimpse of it this week. So I enjoyed it a lot.
And the way, the biggest reason why he's my MVP, though, is watching how he's been reacting to the Rollins thing. Like, after he first put his head through the concrete last week, but it's to set what I'm saying.
Yeah.
After he first put his head through the concrete, though, he had this look of, like, almost remorse. Like, he shouldn't have done that. Like, he had to do it and he didn't want to. And then he starts laughing and smiling about it with Kane. And that's a pretty deep level of character commitment. You know what I mean? Like, because he's not doing it vocally. He's doing it all with just his eye movements and his facial gestures. That's great to me. Like, in terms of performance, hats off to you. And then he does it again this week when they're doing the fake eulogy. And that's why I was bringing it up, is because during that he did something similar where, like, you could see, like, he was sort of regretting it. And then he just starts laughing about it. And
I know you're a huge Shield guy. So maybe I'm asking the wrong person. So maybe I'll ask the internet infantry here. If it wasn't for the Shield, the 3 members of the Shield, would WWE be unwatchable? Think about it. They have a lot of great talent, but they don't use that talent correctly.
I 100% would not be watching.
If it wasn't for the 3 Shield members, I think WWE would be unwatchable.
Definitely. Because they were the thing that got me to want to check out WrestleMania and get back into watching. And Daniel Bryan was great, and once Daniel Bryan got injured, it was like, shit. And the Shield carried the show and has been keeping the product alive. And I feel like those 3 guys have kept it alive more than anything else. Without them, it would probably be in a lot of trouble.
All right, so we talked about our MVPs, and we are going to break down every show. I assure you, this will be a long podcast. Sit for the long haul. But we always say, what was the best show of the week? This was a really bad week. Everyone shit on Monday Night Raw. Boom Boom even got shit because he wasn't negative enough. I want to know, to you, what was the best show of the week in WWE?
Mm-hmm.
Are you quiet?
I'm gonna go main event.
Bad.
I'm gonna go main event.
Yeah, main event.
I was torn between main event and SmackDown, and I did like NXT. Raw was the only shitty show for me.
Really? I don't know if it was because I was on vacation. And now, granted, to do this show, I was on vacation, so I had to cram a lot of WWE very quickly. So that probably ruined it for me. But main event and SmackDown, it was funny, if SmackDown didn't show the Raw clips and the main event was different on SmackDown, it would probably be hands down. I was not impressed with NXT. I just wasn't.
I was only impressed because I really liked Bayley. So anytime Bayley has a match, I'm pretty happy. And I like the way they're doing Charlotte and Bayley and building up to that. And then the other reason is I love Tyson Kidd. Like, he's probably my favorite heel. I love Tyson Kidd. And he was in 2 big segments for the show, plus William Regal. Like, I liked it.
Well,
I liked it. I liked it as a fan of those people.
NXT is the Tyson Kidd show. If you hate Tyson Kidd, you're not going to enjoy NXT. I love Tyson Kidd, but still, I think they need a bigger roster than Tyson Kidd and the other guy.
Listen. If you don't like Tyson Kidd, you suck. Fact.
All right, well, there we go. All right, let's talk about the most controversial. It got a lot of negative press. I'm glad that it was the John Cena show when I was on vacation. I'm like, thanks. If John Cena's going to show up and ruin a show, at least it'd be the one I could kind of fast forward through. Not that I would ever fast forward to a John Cena segment. The Monday Night Raw, let's break it down. They start off with, one thing that they had a complaint before I read this. People complained about the crowd being dead. I don't blame the crowd.
You put out a shit product, you're going to have a dead crowd.
I was watching Raw for like 10, 15 minutes, and shoot, I said, well, that's cool. They put on the pre-show. Like, I did not know that the 3 legends, 3 Hall of Famers, sitting there ringside talking about John Cena being great. I had no idea that was really about Raw. Like, I thought it was like, wow, this is really good for the network. This is really good pre-show. What? I mean, how do you get excited after that? That was horrible. But let's break it down little by little. I'll read off the results, and then we'll just talk when we feel like it. A WWE Hall of Famer forum discussed the John Cena-Brock Lesnar rematch. I just thought it was absolutely horrible. Like, I really did not think it was part of Raw.
It was so bad, and I'm pretty sure that Cena probably has some fucking red and yellow lipstick on his dick from Hogan sucking it so hard. But like, the segment just sucked. If it didn't have HBK, I would have zoned out. I like HBK though.
And here's my problem with this. A, it's a pre-show on your main show. It's a pre-show segment. You know, you had Booker T. No one knows this is part of Raw. Everyone's like, oh, it's a pre-show segment about Booker T. But the problem is too, like, a lot of people are shitting on the crowd. This took place in Anaheim. They see celebrities all the time. So if this took place in backwoods Alabama, no offense, Booms, or somewhere small town, yeah, people would be like, holy shit, it's Hulk Hogan, Ric Flair, and Shawn Michaels. But you're in Anaheim. I'm pretty sure there was bigger celebrities sitting in the front row.
Yeah,
I
like
think it was a bad city to choose. I don't know. I just don't get it. It's like having a special appearance by Hulk Hogan in Tampa. No one's going to give a shit. I could not believe they started off with this. And I don't know. Like, there's nothing I could say positive about this. Do you have anything positive to say about it?
No, it was horrible. It was basically just a bullshit segment put in purely so that Hall of Famers could talk about how great a man John Cena is.
Yeah, it's just... And my whole thing is, when, any time has this worked in story ever? And I'm not even talking about wrestling. I'm talking about anything. If you had Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson, and Larry Bird do this on SportsCenter about LeBron James, people would hate LeBron James. That was still a good idea. Like, who the fuck was over? Dude, okay, can you imagine watching The Dark Knight and it's 3 people just sitting there going, wow, Batman's the fucking greatest. Batman is great. You're like, dude, what a fucking dick Batman is. I don't understand or comprehend how much they're out of touch with people's feelings and a story. And people are like, oh, don't fucking hate John Cena. I'll get to those fucking people. But I don't understand. Like, I can't grasp. Like, one thing that me and you are working on, we're working on a book, we're working on comics, we're working on a lot of stuff that will probably be out fucking after I'm dead. But,
way to take a low blow there.
Sorry. Could you imagine? Could you imagine us just going, okay, let's say I'm going to make up Yamato Man. I'm like, that's actually a Mega Man 6 character. But anyway, let's go with it. Yamato Man. We're like, hey, we're going to make Yamato Man the comic book. Let's start the comic book off with 3 of our favorite superheroes talking about how great Yamato Man is. No one would fucking watch that shit. It would be horrible.
I would. It would be hilarious.
You just got Mega Man or Rock Man, depending on what country you live in. You got Quick Man and Dr. Wily going, let me tell you, Yamato Man is fucking bomb.
Oh my god, that'd be fantastic.
I just can't comprehend, because the whole thing is, we've read online, and, you know, some people trust online reports like it's God themselves. Terry Funk is telling them. And then some people are like, tonight on Raw, there'll be 3 ropes. And they'll be like, LOL dirt sheets, they don't know shit. But according to the online reports, this was all Vince McMahon. And if that's the case, he has no fucking touch with reality anymore. You need to send him to a fucking retirement home. It's over, old man. You don't fucking get it. Superman is one of the cheesiest fucking written comics ever. Send the fucking hate mail. Go fuck yourself. But I never seen someone do this with Superman. Ever.
I love Superman.
ever. I mean, dude, it would be like the new Ninja Turtles. April O'Neil goes to Whoopi Goldberg. I think that happens. I haven't seen the movie. But goes to Whoopi Goldberg and says, the Ninja Turtles are great. And she's like, yeah, I fucking know. Let's have a panel. What the fuck is this? I don't fucking get it. It's just pure propaganda. This is something you expect to see on mainstream media, not a fucking fictional story.
The only reason I question whether or not Vince is really responsible is John Cena wore a shirt during the panel part. I feel like Vince would have told him to throw that out into the crowd.
Yeah, grease yourself up, champ.
Go out there oiled up.
We'll save more John Cena hating to the end. And I have a horrible memory. Make sure to remind me, while people saying John Cena's not that bad is really the worst fucking thing for pro wrestling right now. Rusev defeated Jack Swagger via match stoppage. This is a great feud that seems to be dragging out too long, but the fact that Bo Dallas is part of it, like, this is what blows my fucking mind. The same creative team wrote this and followed it up with the Rusev Swagger fucking Bo Dallas storyline. Like, how the fuck is it the same thing? It's almost as confusing as I made Reservoir Dogs, then I made fucking Kill Bill. It doesn't fucking make sense. I made The Island, and I made Transformers. I don't understand, like, how, at least they're different fucking movies. How can you go...
This is awkward.
What's that?
This is awkward. You know the dude who made Reservoir Dogs and Kill Bill is the same guy, right?
Yeah, that was the point.
All right, I wasn't sure.
The same guys made this.
No, I think there were different writers for these different segments.
Well,
one was Vince with his hand down his pants.
Team, they're still the same team. I don't know. I just can't believe how well it's working out, and they just keep adjusting. At least it feels like they're adjusting, and it just seems to be working. I really like the Rusev Swagger thing. This was via match stoppage, but these son of a bitches are the new Jerry Lynn RVD. They wrestle each other on every single show.
Not only that, but I'm gaining a lot more respect for both of them for their ability to sell their injury over the long term. Like, Swagger has sold the fuck out of that rib injury.
Yeah. So, and Antonio Cesaro defeated RVD to become the #1 contender to the U.S. Championship. Both these matches, now, I think Raw was a huge fucking loss, but I did not watch Raw live. I was on vacation eating goddamn cheesecake and fishing and shooting bow and arrows. True story. So when I came back, I just saw Twitter and Facebook be like, Dave, if you fucking don't hate Raw, I'm gonna fucking stick a pencil in your ass. I'm like, whoa, it can't be good.
And then you replied back, I actually do hate Raw, sir. But not anymore.
So, but the first two matches, I thought, short as shit, but I was like, that's not that bad. You know, it's kind of like someone telling you, oh, you're going to get a fucking shot, and you're like, oh my god, this is going to be horrible, it's the most painful thing in the world, and then it happens, you're like, oh, it wasn't that bad. So, I don't know. For these two, I'm saying these two matches were the highlight of the night, and one of them was super short. So, there you go. Alright, bam. Let's go back to negativity. That was way too much positivity for this fucking show.
I don't know.
You got more positivity. You are the king of positivity. I'm negative Nelly.
I'm pretty sure there's a segment I enjoyed that you guys didn't enjoy.
I know, and I'm gonna fucking lose my shit. I already know what segment it is, and I want to fucking stab you right in the fucking eye. But let's move on. Divas Champion Paige White defeated Natalya. I thought this was pretty decent. Very short. And the whole friend, lesbian angle, I don't know. It just...
I like it because, to me, it's very clearly them just playing mind games with the other. And I love that AJ's still doing her I'm going to fuck with people's head shit.
Yeah. Well, I find it to be interesting. I just find it to be, like, too late. You know what I mean? Like, you know, it's like when you go, like, there's a new Amazon film coming out, and everyone's, like, praising it. And they're like, oh, get it? It's a bunch of gay people in the same family. Like, yeah, that's, like, everyday life now. Or am I just I don't know. I just think that it's good, but it just seems like it's a remake. You know, it's like, all right, I saw Total Recall. I don't fucking need to see Total Recall fucking 17. Even though Total Recall, the reboot, is actually pretty decent. I haven't seen Robot.
Liked it. I liked the reboot a lot.
It was a short match, and the storyline continues. And if you miss it, don't worry, they'll continue that storyline on every fucking show ever.
I'm okay with that.
Now this segment, I enjoyed. It just went fucking long. It went really long. Seth Rollins and Kane, I'm not gonna mess up that word, but they fucking have like fake funeral.
Eulogy.
Yeah, thank you. I was fucking stuttering that word. You know, like, my whole thing is, I get punch drunk, and sometimes I stutter, and then when I go to start a word, I'm like, that's just not happening. I'm like, you. Anyway. Don't get too many concussions, or you won't be able to say eulogy on your first take. So, thank goodness for co-hosts. Oh, man. But yeah,
thank goodness for guys who knew not to let them hit them in the head.
Exactly. Concussions add up, kids. Don't let people fool you. Oh man, I just remember all those times I was like in the Marines and all that. I'm like, oh, don't worry, it's just a concussion. Like that's how we took it. I remember like we were like completely knocked the fuck out and like, oh, don't worry, it's just a concussion. What's the worst that can happen? Meanwhile, I can't even fucking say eulogy on my first try. That's what could happen. That's what could happen. But you, being the Shield expert, the lover of the Shields, I'll let you drive the bus on this one.
This was the most beautiful segment I've seen in a long time. They went out there to celebrate the life of Seth Rollins, and I loved how they set that up. Like he made it seem like he was gonna make it about Ambrose, and then immediately he's just like, my future. I was like, hey, cool. He's not doing that same promo anymore. He's got new material. This is great. It only took you killing Ambrose for a month to go film a movie to give him new material. Fuck you, writers. But
yeah,
when Rollins,
but he's such a horrible friend. Where was he when he had his head smashed in? Where was he when everyone was fucking with him? He's like, I don't know. It just seems like, kayfabe-wise, he's such a horrible fucking friend. Roman Reigns, worst friend.
That actually bothered me a lot. It bothered me a lot on Raw last week when the curb stomp happened. I would have been okay with him not intervening or anything if at least the show had ended on him showing up and chasing him off so that medical attention could get to Ambrose.
Yeah. It just seems like once you're the golden boy in WWE, you're the worst fucking friend, kayfabe-wise. Just
Bro,
like,
you're busy in your own story. You don't have time for their stories.
Exactly. Well, the thing is, though, like, because, you know, they have to sit back and be like, well, I'm escaping reality. I'm being part of your universe. And you have to be like, well, how would they react? You know, because one thing is, you're like, how would this person react? How would this person react? And you're like, you're best buddies, but last week, you're like, I really fuck him. He got his head bashed in. Like, what the fuck? Horrible friends. Horrible friends. Who's not horrible friends is the Usos. They always show up for John Cena. I bet you John Cena Steve's thumb. Goldust and Stardust defeat WWE Tag Team Champions, the Usos, via countout. This was all these matches were short. The thing is, this is my question for the internet industry. This was a horrible run. But as I'm reading the results, I'm like, this on paper wasn't bad. This is my question to you and the internet inventory. Hear me out, okay? If they changed the time, like if some of these segments that we enjoyed were longer and they had less John Cena and the time was balanced out better, do you think that would have helped out this Raw? I think it would have, because when I'm actually reading this on paper, I'm like, this wasn't that bad. But I remember going back and be like, no, this was 10 fucking seconds. John Cena scratching his fucking balls was a 9-hour documentary.
Yeah, like, I think if you removed the two Cena segments, it was actually a pretty good Raw.
Yeah, and just make them longer. But, you know, Goldust and Stardust defeat them. They do a little bit of heel turn, and throughout the week, they're showing them that they're bad guys. Do you still? You thought?
I love it now. It's great.
Yeah, you fell in love with the Dust Brothers, but then you kind of said, "Oh, they're fucking what the fuck? They're stuck in neutral, going nowhere." Maybe fell a little out of love with them. The honeymoon was over. Them being heels, does that re-spark your love for the Dust Brothers?
Yeah, watching them beat the shit out of El Torito, just like when I saw Bo Dallas run over El Torito, instantly loved them. I'm just like, yeah, kick that little midget's ass.
So for the ladies listening, if you want to win Rob over and win his heart, just beat up small people.
No, El Torito.
Oh, it has to be El Torito. It has to be. It has to be El Torito.
That's right.
All right. Tough question. What pro wrestler do you hate the most? I got three: John Cena, Randy Orton, Batista. Three-headed monster. Always hated him. Always will. Who is the one wrestler you hate the most? I mean, a gun to your head. You're like, who do you fucking hate the most as a pro wrestler?
Vince McMahon.
All right, I guess he counts as a pro wrestler. Would you enjoy him if he beat the shit out of that little bull?
Actually, I could see Vince McMahon doing that in character, and it would be pretty hilarious. I won't lie.
So there you go. To win Rob over, I want good matches. I want good matches. I want the best wrestlers that connect with the crowd to be champions. That's what I want, Vince. That's my Christmas list. If you send the people out to beat the living shit out of a little bull, Rob's on board. Rob is on board. John Cena, he does the 5-knuckle shuffle to a little bull. You got yourself a Cena Nation.
Well, no, that wouldn't be funny. He has to throw him. It's got to be something like if he does the what is that stupid ass fucking lay down move?
Carry bullshit.
Yeah, if he does the fireman's carry thing to him over the ropes to the ground, then Cena can do it. But those are his stipulations.
Okay, so there you go. And you know what? People are always pissed because you're like, no matter what John Cena does, you won't like him. Beating up little people in a bull costume gets Rob on board.
I don't hate John Cena, though.
One of my favorite segments, and also an ongoing gag, plus Dolph Ziggler is finally getting pushed to a high mid-card and respectability. Koco Sports Internet champ and Intercontinental champion Dolph Ziggler defeats Damien Sandow, who is supposed to be The Miz, but Damien Sandow is The Miz's stuntman, which I find this fucking segment to be hilarious, and I hate the fact that Damien Sandow's doing these stupid gimmicks. But out of all the stupid gimmicks, this is one that's even close to being respectable and entertaining.
Damien Mizdow is the best shit ever. I hope this becomes a thing. I hope he becomes his stunt double forever. It's fantastic.
All right, we got past the short 5-minute segments that we enjoyed. You said you get rid of John Cena at the beginning and ending. It's not going to be great. If John Cena, listen, I hate Dave Batista, but I love the fact that he had success in Marvel. I love the fact that he has success in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Tampa gyms. I love the fact that he's a martial artist. I love the fact that he walked out with Manny Pacquiao. I love everything about Dave Batista and his success as long as he doesn't wrestle. And I'm that way with John Cena. I hope John Cena makes fucking movies. John Cena the next Superman. John Cena the next Captain. I don't give a fuck. Just stop fucking ruining wrestling. But this, I think we disagree with. Jerry Lawler hosted the Bella Twins breakdown, whatever. I'm going to say this, and I mean it from the bottom of my heart. I do not watch much television. I do not watch much reality television. I stick with pro wrestling, books, and the occasional movie with the wife. I do watch Arrow because Boom Boom begged me, and I love it. So there you go. And I might add Flash to my repertoire, but I don't watch much television, especially with Futurama, Lost. I'm just not a television guy. So I'm not a television expert, but I can tell you this. This segment is the worst fucking thing I've ever seen in my fucking life. In my life. I ask you, I'm sure you watch a lot more television than I do. Is that a safe bet?
No way. I loved this segment.
Yeah, but hold on. Before you go to fucking loving this fucking piece of shit segment, answer the question. You're on trial. Do you watch more television than me?
Yeah.
Is there no way, no fucking way, no fucking way that this is the worst fucking thing you've ever seen with your
Dude,
eyes?
I've seen so many worse things.
Really, I fear for people that watch television if this is not.
Like this is middle of the road to me.
All right, before I go on why I fucking hate the human race, explain to me what the fuck you liked about this. Explain to me.
Well, my big gripe with it was I don't think Jerry Lawler should have been involved at all. Jerry Lawler, it seemed like his only purpose in this was to feel up Nikki Bella trying to pick her up. Literally seemed like that was all he did in the entire segment, was feel up her tits while he was picking her up. That was it.
There was internet reports that they were trying to get a Jerry chant going. Once again, is Jerry Springer even on fucking television anymore? Do people still fucking do this shit?
I don't know. That's stupid as fuck.
I don't get it. And I don't understand how
I like the segment because I like Total Divas a lot, so
I hate you.
I'm like, yes, juicy drama between the Bella twins. This is great.
You know what? Sometimes you're a little bit of a sarcastic asshole, and we like that about you. And sometimes you're a positive fuck. I think you're not being a sarcastic asshole here. I think you legit thought this was fucking good.
I did. I enjoyed it. I don't care.
I fucking find this embarrassing. Listen, dude, I watched Japanese, Korean dramas with my wife. I watched some fucking TV shows with my wife that fucking she watched, forced me to watch. I've seen some really bad television shows. Nothing was worse than that. Nothing.
Yeah, but that's because you weren't invested in the characters because you haven't watched 3 seasons of Total Divas. Or is it 2 seasons? Whatever.
I fucking hate you. Let's put it this way. I lost a bet. I think it was with, I don't know, it was someone on radio that I had to watch Twilight because they said, oh, it was the worst movie ever. And I was like, no. Sleepless in Seattle's the worst movie ever. I was wrong.
Sleepless in Seattle.
Fuck you. Anyway, I was wrong. Twilight is a way worse movie than Sleepless in Seattle.
Twilight's not even that bad.
I fucking hate you. There's a part
I've seen a lot of bad shit, dude.
I know, wow. I draw a line at bad shit. Do you just keep diving in? I'm
Yeah,
like,
it's
no, there's no
hilarious.
fucking way I'm going to watch anything worse than Twilight. And you're like, dude, there's way worse than Twilight. What do you do? Just diving in?
Yeah, like I'll watch horrible movies like Dumpster Baby. Like she throws her baby, her fetus in a dumpster, and it comes back and starts going around murdering people. It's fantastic. So
That sounds way better than what's going on in this fucking one.
No, they're horrible. They're so fucking bad.
I'm going to say, this without a doubt, Bella Twins, most embarrassed I've ever been since the Lita Kane marriage. Triple H, fucking a mannequin, wasn't as embarrassing as this.
What about the time DX raped that college girl?
I don't even remember that happening. Did that happen?
Yeah.
That's sad. But that's sad on a different level. But no, this is the most embarrassing. Like, I would rather have seen a little dude in a bull suit get fucked by a real bull and my wife come in and say, what are you doing? Than have her walk in during that segment.
I like that you're worried about your wife walking out on you watching El Torito pull.
I don't fucking know. I was just using it as an example. I can't think of any.
No, you immediately jumped to El Torito banging a bull.
Well, what the fuck is that? I couldn't think of anything more horrible than the Bella segment. I couldn't. I am not a good enough creative person or writer to think of a more horrible segment. Like if someone said, here's $100, think of a worse segment. I'm like, dude, I can't do it. I can't fucking do it. Keep your $100. I give up. You win. Game over. I'm sorry. I've let you down. I can.
You know what, Dave? I'll make you a deal. If you go and watch every episode of Total Divas, then watch that segment and feel the same, I'll write another chapter.
Now you're holding our book project on, friends. Like, you know what? The second chapter doesn't come out until you watch Total Divas. All right. Oh, since we're negotiating here, and we're going to keep this short because every Total Divas I watch, you have to write one chapter.
No, that's a fucking horrible deal. You're making out like a bandit on that.
All right, let's make out like a bandit, like fucking watching. All right, let's focus. Roman Reigns defeats Seth Rollins and Kane via disqualification and a handicap match. Normally, I fucking despise handicap matches, but this one kinda made sense. The problem is, if this was the only handicap match they've had in 6 months, then it would make sense. But the fact that they have handicap matches way too often, this just seems stupid.
Is it just me, or does it seem like Kane's specialty match is no longer like Inferno or Hell in a Cell? It is now handicap matches as one of the two-man teams?
Yes. Poor Kane. I don't know. I feel bad for Kane, but at the same time, I know this sounds horrible, I wish he just never wrestled again. I wish he stayed as Libertarian Kane and did his shit.
Libertarian Kane.
That's it. All right, this is one of those things where, hey, it's fun, everyone's having a good time. We have Los Matadors defeat Heath Slater and Titus O'Neil, a.k.a. Slater Gator. This is the first time Heath Slater's lost in a real long time. I know it was you and Boom Boom, and I think Jerry has mentioned this. Heath Slater has won more than the Wyatts have. And this month, and what, last 2 months or something? What were you telling me?
Yeah, it's been a while. It's like 2 months.
That is fucking crazy.
It might be longer than that, actually. Like, because he never fucking wins.
I thought this was good. It reminded me of the Saturday Morning Slam days. I know I'm going to get a lot of heat because I'm a pro wrestling purist, pro rest for life type guy. But this doesn't bother me when they say, oh, it's for kids. Because you're like, oh, there's two Matadors, there's a little bull, there's Slater Gator, they're barking. I'm like, okay, this is for kids. What time did this fucking air? This was the 3rd hour.
Yeah, it was near the end of the show.
Dude, you need to put this on the 1st hour or on Saturday morning. This is great for the demographic you lie and say you have.
Wait, are you telling me you didn't enjoy watching Slater Gator?
No, I did. I enjoyed it for what it was. I'm not going to lie.
Slater Gator.
But I don't think it should be on at 11 o'clock at night. And I just think that this, if you were legit, your demographic was kids, this would be the type of show you would be putting on.
No, I feel like you're not doing it by respecting the fact that Slater Gator is meant for an adult crowd and it's going to be a big deal.
I don't know. I have to admit, everything in my body says I shouldn't like Slater Gator, but my heart, which is not on its best fucking days, fucking stupid heart. Listen, don't get concussions and your stupid heart. It's kind of important. I didn't fucking know that. The doctor told me, like, oh yeah, it's kind of important. Stupid. They're like, what does your diet consist of? I'm like, anger, fat, and steak. They're like, okay, well that's not good.
What about bacon?
But in my heart, yeah, I do love some bacon. But in my heart, that's not very strong these days. I do love me some Slater. But you know, the brain part of me is like, what the fuck is going on? Why do you like it so much? And speaking of something I like, this is
Slater Gator.
Do you have more to say about Slater Gator? I think you do.
I just absolutely love Slater Gator.
All right, you just had to make it clear. I like Slater Gator too, but I feel guilty. It's a guilty pleasure.
It's not for me. It's not for me. I see that they took two guys that deserved a push, guys that the crowd liked, put them together and gave them a hilarious setup to play out. And it's amazing. It's like a little buddy cop movie that plays out every week, and I don't know. I love it.
I do enjoy it. It's a guilty pleasure, just like fat girls reading books on a scooter. Man, that fucking does it for me. Anyway, Bo Dallas, this is something I absolutely love and something I absolutely hate all in one match. I love Bo Dallas. I love the fact that he's still on television. I love the fact that they haven't gave up like that those internet reports have said. I just am sad that Kofi Kingston has to be the victim, and wow, that running bulldog is getting uglier and uglier by the fucking...
I'm starting to realize Bo Dallas can't wrestle.
I don't know. I think he's a mediocre wrestler with an awesome character, but he just can't do his own finisher. And that's a problem. And it's
so fucking bad.
He was nailing that shit.
Dude, Kofi basically did the running bulldog for him after he fucked it up. He's like, hold on, let me just turn us. All right, then we're going down.
I feel bad for Kofi because he's so talented, and he should be treated so much better.
He's going to be. Haven't you heard the news about their faction?
Yeah, they're bringing back the Angry Man faction?
No, it's never... It's just like I said that first night it premiered. It's not an Angry Black Man faction.
All right.
He actually said in an interview, he's like, it's not a new nation. It's nothing like the nation. We're just intelligent, talented guys who are working together, and we're going to get what we want. But yeah, they've been wrestling house shows and matching tights and shit like that.
Three things. One, that's not true. Two,
it's all true.
No. The part of, we're intelligent, all that. Because if that was the case, you would have made that clear. The example is, whoever wrote the fucking segment, they didn't have that in mind. Because they would have mentioned that. They were on commentary for more than 3 fucking shows. Never mentioned that once. That is them rebounding a damaged fucking product.
No, that's not true, because Xavier did when he was on commentary. He's like, we have big plans, blah, blah, blah.
His big plans was to do commentary and get ringside seats. He was successful. I don't know why anyone's angry.
Because he realized they could get so much more, and now they're pissed. They feel like they've been bamboozled.
I'm going to be completely honest. They went with an 80s gimmick with the Russian versus Rocky, and it got over. And they're like, well, what else got over? Well, angry black guys got over, and then white people are like, I'm scared! I feel funny about this! So they're like, oh, let's cancel it. And then they're like, no, let's not cancel it. Let's just repackage it. Because TNA has a 3-man black team, and no one felt funny because they did it correctly. What the fuck is the world coming to when WWE, we're using TNA booking and creative to tell you how to do something right? No, it's bullshit. They're repackaging. And I'm glad.
I just want to say again, the first night they premiered, I said then, I don't think it's a race group. I don't think race has anything to do with it, because nothing they said indicated race was even relevant, and it was just an assumption gathered because it's 3 black guys and that's it.
Whoa, not so fast, my fellow friend. I'm going to add something to that, because A, I think the whole, they're black thing scares me. It's kind of bullshit. But the second thing is, no, you have to add a part to that sentence. Be fair, it is one of the most racist publicly traded companies in the world. You can be like, oh no, they're going to do this, they're going to turn around. Bullshit. Until you turn it around, you're fucking full of shit. So
I'm telling you, they're turning it around.
All these fucking white people going, oh, I'm scared, I don't want to feel uncomfortable because, well, black angry people, how do we even fucking handle that? How do we talk about it? Fucking... They were scared and fucking scared away. But the thing is, I was like, well, that's not our fault. Yes, it is. You are one of the most fucking racist goddamn companies in the world. Let's call up Albert Del Rio. Hold on. We got Albert Del Rio on the line. Bring, bring, bring. Albert Del Rio, are they racist? You bet their fucking ass they are. Okay, thank you. Let's call up his fat bumblebee friends. Hey, are they racist? They're racist, and so are you, you fat fuck. All right, thank you. Click. Let's call fucking Yoshitatsu. Bring, bring. Are they racist? I don't understand Japanese. I'm sorry. I'm going to have to let you go. But no, you can't be like, oh, all these people jump to conclusion. That's like if the KKK came out and said, hey, we now have black members. Screw the other races. You're going to be like, whoa, 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 whoa. Hold on a second. What? What?
That would be hilarious if that happened.
Put in the aspect, because it's so easy to blame the fucking fans. You have to put in the aspect that these motherfuckers are racist cocksuckers. That's why it added to the fear. You fucking ignore that the racist cocksuckers, it's easy to blame scared white people. And it's
No, I'd still say the same thing, is that people should wait and give it time and see how it actually plays out before they assume it's anything.
You know what? If this was a brand new company, I would be with you. If this was Triple H all by himself, I'd be with you. But no. If you have a reputation of being a fucking cocksucker, and someone goes, well, I don't trust this cocksucker, it's not the person saying they don't trust the cocksucker. So all I'm saying is you're leaving out a big aspect. It's easy to point at the fans. It's easy to point at scared white people, but you also have to remember they are fucking well known. You know, it's like all these people like, oh, Kenta, why are you scared? Why? Name me a Japanese guy who's done good. Well, they did great with Sami Zayn. First off, Sami Zayn's only in NXT. Second off, he's fucking white. CM Punk. Yeah, I noticed a pattern here with people that fucking are small, that make it, that can wrestle. Don't fucking tell people, oh, you shouldn't worry, give it time. These motherfuckers have been out since the fucking 60s, 50s, whatever. No. They have a horrible reputation. Alright? Prove your fucking track record. Put it. And it's so funny because TNA pulled this off because, well, they don't have WWE's reputation. Now, they have their own reputation, just not about this situation. Alright, now, and I thought I was going to go in happy to this last segment. You ready? You ready to break down Raw? Here we go.
Yeah, for the best segment ever.
Any live comments? Alright, there's some live comments. Let's go to live comments. I'm scared. New podcast, fuck yes. That's from Bakakarok. Alright, boom. Raw lost. Too much ridiculous bullshit. Smackdown win. Some of the stuff they're getting up estranged me, but it was watchable. Main event win. It was fine as NXT win. Too many talk segments. Alright. Hockey Fan HD. Dave, how was your vacation? I think Total Divas is awesome. What happened to Naomi? Alright, so my vacation was pretty nice. It's just my life is pretty much just fucking doctors and being a dumbass. So vacation seemed a bit stressful. I was like with my family and shit. But besides that, it was pretty cool. I ate the cheesecake that all the big prime ministers and stuff ate. I got to see nature. It was pretty cool. I think Total Divas is awful. I've never watched it, but I think I'm going to have to with all the pressure.
Fantastic.
And what happened to Naomi? I just read something online.
She's injured.
Off television because of an injury.
Yeah, it's her orbital from when Natalya came down on her face with a knee.
Hockey Fan HD also asks, why is Seth Rollins being booked like a bitch? Do you think Roman Reigns will ever get a loss this year or ever? I think Roman Reigns is better than John Cena. I don't think as highly of Roman Reigns as Rob does, but I know by WrestleMania you're gonna hate him. And even Dave Bautista said that in a fucking interview. Dave Bautista was pretty fucking honest in the interview. You should go check it out. I think it was on Stone Cold or Jericho's podcast. Why is Seth Rollins being booked like a bitch? I don't see him as a bitch. I just see him as a heel. And you got to remember, he does have Money in the Bank. Money in the Bank people have a history of losing a lot because they have the Money in the Bank, so they're still strong. I don't know if, I'll ask Rob, but I don't see him being booked as a bitch. I see him booked as just a Weasley heel.
Yeah, he's just kind of a scumbag.
Yeah, more of a scumbag. Hockey Fan HD, Slater Gator is a great team. Goldust and Stardust are ruined. They need to become the Rhodes brothers again. Oh, see, that's interesting. That's interesting. Do you agree with Hockey Fan HD? I know you...
No, they just need to find the cosmic key, man.
Yeah. And also, one thing I did notice watching this week, one stat that stood out, is the Usos have the 5th longest tag team title run. I wonder if they're going to let them break it. I don't know. Hockey Fan HD also asks, who names the team Gold and Stardust? Gold and Stardust? He's really pissed off. He's not buying this Gold and Stardust stuff. We call them Super Dust around this part. But, yeah. Your thoughts?
I love Dust to Dust.
Yeah, so, I don't know. I guess we're not seeing it eye to eye. I do think they got a little bit stale. I know they're probably not for everybody. I don't know if they can keep going, but it seems like Cody's having the time of his life. So, and then I'm on Google+. Google changed everything. I'm so scared. I'm scared. All right. Thank you, Barakacock and Hockey Fan. We will be doing more live comments. I know the time is probably crazy and everyone's watching UFC, but hey, we're fighting a good fight. John Cena defeated Bray Wyatt via disqualification. We don't really need to talk about it that much, but it goes to John Cena, Big Show, and Mark Henry defeating the Wyatt family. This was Vince McMahon written all over it, according to the internet, and it was just absolutely fucking garbage. You being positive Petey, not being propaganda Petey like some other fucking YouTubers, just being a positive guy, a lot more positive than me. Maybe that's why your heart's in better condition than mine. This fucking sucked balls.
It was pretty terrible. Like, it was a complete shutdown of any momentum the Wyatts had been earning back to have them all beaten by three has-beens, basically. Like, you basically just crushed a really cool stable for no reason. Like, I don't know. It feels like it's almost like kayfabe. John Cena saw that the Wyatts were getting powerful again and was just like, I gotta stomp that out before it becomes a problem. And just like, goes and crushes the three-man family. They're a three-man fam.
Yeah, it is a bit fucking crazy. So, this is my thing. First off, I just want to plug another show. Wrestling Rantin'. He comes on here, comments, especially on Monday night shows, and he does his own shows. And probably starting next month, I'm going to put a lot more of his shows on our blog. But he did a great one about writing and how it's ruined. And you should go check out his show. It's about, I'm guessing, 10 to 20 minutes. It's a really good show, and he breaks it down from writing aspect of what's wrong with it and how they're ruining people. And to me, I know this is going to sound bad. It's okay to be a passionate fan. I'm Mr. Blame it on creative and writing team. Fuck, it's never the athlete's fault most of the time, and it's definitely not the fans' fault. That's my spin on most shit. I'm going to have to go against what I normally say. This is a little bit the fans' fault. And not all fans. Not passionate fans. Not fans that fucking just show up and watch the show. I'm talking about the fans that say this. Oh, John Cena's not that bad. Oh, give it time. Oh, you cry because you don't get what you want? These fans are the reason they can try this. When Daniel Bryan was fucking on top of the world, we wouldn't let them do this. But as long as, here's the thing, and I've said this before, I'm going to say it again. It's probably going to be my go-to repertoire. John Cena fans online don't like John Cena. They hate us. They hate the passionate fans. They hate the internet fans. They want to feel superior. That's why YouTubers will always be like, I'm an internet fan. And the reason they do that is because they want to feel superior to us. Well, here's the thing. When you're feeling superior, you're leaving the door open. You're leaving the door open. You're saying, oh, the Wyatts aren't buried. The Wyatts are just going to give it time. Every time I hear give it time, it's guaranteed that WWE is going to do something I absolutely fucking hate. No, don't give it time. When your fucking Tampa Bay Buccaneers or your NFL franchise throws 97 fucking interceptions, do you say give it time? When your president goes back on his fucking word, do you say give it time? No. Stop saying give it time. Demand the product to be good. Rob, I don't know if you watch sports, but let's say we do watch sports, and we are big fans of the sports ball and East Bumble Hedgehogs, okay? That's our fucking team. We're passionate. We paint ourselves blue. And part of that, guy, is we have a John Cena, a Tim Tebow, Ryan Leaf, where people say, think about his feelings. If you're passionate, and this motherfucker throws 4 interceptions, he can be the greatest guy in the world. He can make a wish. He can pray to Jesus. He can do whatever the fuck he wants. But the bottom line is, you're a passionate pro wrestling fan. You're a passionate hedgehog fan. You want your fucking team to do good. That's it. That is the bottom line. Let me tell you something. I was 5'11", and I played for the Marine Corps, and we were in the championship fucking American football team. Fucking bullshit. Make those things worse. We went against the Tankers. We're about to become base champions. My fucking center was injured. My right guard decided, oh, it was a good idea to go DUI driving into a fucking garden in Okinawa and couldn't show up to the game. I got sacked fucking, I'm not making this up, over 30 fucking times. Do you think anyone said, oh, poor little Davey, oh, think of his feelings? No! The bottom line is we lost the championship game. You are giving them a fucking reason to say, give it time. All right, when I got sacked for the 30th fucking time, do you think anyone in my goddamn unit or fans said, you know what? Little Davey, give it time. The game's not over. No one gave a fuck. No one gave a fuck. And you shouldn't either. When you say give it time, you give them an opening to suck. When you say John Cena's not that bad, the internet fans just pick on him. You give them this fucking thing. So if you thought this Raw fucking sucked, demand what the fuck you want. Would you want your pitcher giving up 7 fucking home runs in the 3rd inning? Say, dude, give him time. In the 6th inning, it will be great. No. Why do we fucking make bullshit excuses for pro wrestling? You know why? Because at the end of the day, you want to feel like you are better than the rest of us. And that's not the fucking case. Demand what you want. And here's the thing, John Cena fans, when I fucking look you in the eye and say, hey, is this what you want? You always go to, well, the internet, fucking, he's not that bad. Let me tell you, if you're a fucking New York Giants fan and you got your fucking team fucking sucks and your quarterback throws 3 interceptions, do you hear anyone in the goddamn stadium going, well, give it time, it's not that bad? Raw fucking sucked, and it's because of the assholes who say, give it time. He's not getting buried. Give it time. Blah, blah, blah. John Cena's not that fucking bad. If you thought Raw sucked, remember the people that said that because you gave them the opening.
I'll agree. I don't think giving it time is going to do anything. I don't think there are people who aren't being buried, all that shit. But I do think John Cena's not that bad. I think he's just a company man who does what he's told.
Did you enjoy this show? Because that's what the fucking you get.
I didn't enjoy the end of it, but I'm saying that I don't think he's that bad. He's just doing whatever he's told typically.
Well, yeah, and the quarterback who throws the interceptions, not that bad. He didn't call the play. The quarterback who just lost the goddamn game did not call that play. He's not that bad. Oh, that sounds fucking retarded, doesn't it?
He did throw it to that person, though.
Yes, and he didn't put
comparing the sports to wrestling is a little bit harsh, just because it's totally different. There's no story element or anything, which is a big part of why they say give it time, because it'll come back later in a storyline.
Yes, and if you're fucking J.J. Abrams, you deserve that. If you wrote The Hunger Games, if you're J.K. Rollins, you deserve that. If you're Stephen King, you deserve that. Does WWE deserve that respect? In my heart of hearts, no. They don't deserve that respect. Yeah, when J.J. Abrams says, hey, there's a fucking polar bear in the middle of a fucking tropical island, you're like, whoa, 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 give it time. It's motherfucking J.J. Abrams. WWE does not have the J.J. Abrams street cred. You don't. So, there you go. You want to go some live comments and then try to lighten the mood up and leave Raw?
Sure.
All right. But Kakarot! John Cena really needs to drop that kayfabe armor. We've been saying this for years. He has to become more human to be likable. And I don't know if it's too late. My weak-ass heart of hearts, I believe it's too late. I think John Cena needed to be human 5, 4, 3, about, when he defeated The Rock and defeated everybody, it's too late. I think, everyone's like, oh, a heel turn, make him more human. A heel turn I don't think will ever work because we fucking hate him. You know what I mean? It's just, whatever. I just don't see it working. I honestly believe John Cena is unsavable. I don't think he's savable. I hope he goes to Hollywood and becomes a huge star so I can root for him just like Dave Bautista. Colin Day. The only way I watched the Bella Twins was muted. And here's the thing. I just don't think they're that fucking good looking. Nikki Bella,
You were gay.
Nikki Bella's got a lot better looking.
Why don't you just say that you're a boob, man? I mean, let's be realistic. Because that's all it is. That's all it is.
I am not going to lie. This is how I rank women. You ready? If I had to rank women. Personality. I know it sounds gay.
Yeah, sure you do. Okay.
Great credibility. But, dude,
yeah, no one believes you.
I'd rather be with a girl that fucking looks like, I don't know, Honey Boo Boo's mom, is she considered ugly? And have a good personality than a good-looking chick that's a pain in the ass. I just wouldn't deal with it. So after personality, definitely boobs. I don't know.
Okay. So boobs is your number one then?
Maybe. But as far as looks go, because what she does matters too. Like if she's a successful woman, like I'm like, oh, a powerful, successful woman, that's attractive. But if we're just going off pure looks, we don't know what she does. Yeah, I'm the type of guy that just fucking looks at you at the boobs all the time. All the time.
Yeah, that's why you like Nikki Bella.
Dude, I even sing a fucking song. I kid you not. Going ahead. Ladies, I apologize. We're going too deep. We're going into Herman's head here. I kid you not, when I'm in Tokyo, I'm always going around and be like, in my head, I'm like, I'd like to squeeze her titties. I'd like to lick her titties. Like, I always sing this song that no one knows about. That's what I do.
Jesus
so, yeah, I live in one of the most populated cities in the world, and I just go around singing a titty song. That, and I always look at people like, what would I need to beat him in a fight? Like, oh, can I fight this guy and beat him? And then, like, if this huge fucking muscle dude comes, I'm like, all right, could I beat him if I had a gun? So when I see a dude, I always think what it would take for me to beat his ass. And then sometimes, you're like, dude, I need a bazooka to beat that fucking guy. But sometimes the girls, I'm always like, first off, I rate them if I would sleep with them, and then I'm singing a titty song. That's it. I'm not a good person. That's what we learned.
You're a classic guy. That's what I learned.
I love titties. There, I said it.
Classy guy.
See, like, I would rather have an old MILF with giant fucking perky titties than, like, some young 22-year-old with no titties.
I don't know.
I'm a titty guy.
Bella's got a phenomenal ass. I don't care.
Yeah, but asses come and go.
Not if she keeps doing squats. It stays forever.
All right, well, I'll have to start doing more squats then. Lennox Wooderson. Is Roman Reigns ready for a win over Brock Lesnar? He will be after they push him to the fucking moon. Is he ready, in my personal opinion? No. Is he better than any Golden Boy they got now? Yes. And I feel like I'm answering this question a lot, but it feels like the president. Like when your guy is one, you're like, he's not really a good president. He's just better than the last guy. I feel that way when it comes to Roman Reigns. Like, is he good? Good's a weird word. Is he better than John Cena, Batista, and Orton? Without a doubt.
And Dean Ambrose is Ron Paul?
Yes. Nice. Plus 10 for a political joke. Usually political jokes don't make me giggle so much. But there you go. But yeah, I think he's going to be better than John Cena. I think he's ready for a win just because look who's had the title. I mean, it's kind of like, ooh, fucking John Cena. Look at that fucking guy. Really? Anyone's fucking ready. So, I think he's ready by default. And I think as far as storylines go, Dave Bautista did say this on a podcast, people are going to turn on him because they're going to push him so hard for WrestleMania. And I think that might be a case. But even when people are turning on him, I want people to remember, I don't know if he's ready. He's just better than what they got. It's kind of like buying that free agent quarterback who's too expensive, and you're like, yeah, he's better than what we got, but he's definitely not making the Pro Bowl.
Every time someone watches Reigns do anything, why don't you just pretend it's John Cena? Because then you'll be like, oh man, Reigns is way better than what it could be.
Yeah. So, is he ready? Up to my super nerd fucking... pro wrestling standards, no. To WWE standards, he's been ready. He's been ready forever. So it really depends on your standards. Once again, it's like voting for the president. Will your guy be better than the last guy? Pfft, that makes you feel better at the end of the day. Will he be ready by WrestleMania? And like I said, it kind of. How would you book him going to WrestleMania to prepare him for a believable win over Lesnar? I think you have to make John Cena. I know it sounds crazy, but you have to make John Cena look fucking weak, get him out of the way, and then you have to have Brock beat someone's ass so bad. The problem is, I don't think you need to make him believable. I think you have to make the odds seem unbelievable. I think that's the thing. I think he's believable now. He's kind of a big guy. He's got a spear. But I think a big guy like that versus him, I would book him like David versus Goliath. I would be like, there's no way you can fucking win. I would even make, like, that's one thing I don't fucking get. John Cena's the underdog, right? Hear me out on this. But then he beats the fuck out of 76 fucking Wyatts. No. I would make him where there's no way he can win. He beat The Undertaker. He beat John Cena. And I would book it because all of us that read the internet and can figure out 1 + 1 = 2 knows that he's going to be a huge star in WWE's eyes. Everyone can figure that out. Now, the problem is you have to convince people that he can't win at WrestleMania. So I don't think it's making him believable. I think it's making it unbelievable so that it's a huge upset. And you got to remember.
You mean doing Daniel Bryan too?
What's that?
You mean doing Daniel Bryan too?
Yes, but more controlled and less plot holes.
I would much rather see that Ambrose comes back. Ambrose is the best person to beat Lesnar, realistically.
Yeah, he's pretty amazing.
He has no limits. He has no rules. That's what it takes to beat Lesnar, in my opinion, to have Lesnar still remain a monster.
Yeah. So, because the problem is, like, right now, they're making John Cena a Superman, and they're going against Brock. You don't want to make the same mistake. You don't want him to be John Cena 2.0. Will they make the same mistake? Of course they will. Of course they will. But you don't want to make it, because, like, my whole thing is, you have a thing where, like, if John Cena was a complete underdog and lost to the Wyatts, you'd be like, oh, fuck, maybe his career's over. Oh, they sent out stuff on the internet that his shoulder's hurt. He might retire. He's looking for Hollywood. Then you're like, oh, fuck, this really might be the end. But no, then he goes out and beats 97 fucking Wyatts, and you're like, oh, who gives a shit? Cena probably will win, or who gives a shit? You know, I don't know. I just think you got to make it unbelievable, I think, is the thing. I think you have to just have Brock fucking tear Cena a new asshole. Build someone up. Maybe have a Batista, someone that WWE loves. Not the fans, but WWE, the company, loves. And just tear him up. And then he's the last hope. He's the last hope. You got no one else. And people will be like, oh, if I could, you know. So, I don't know. I don't think making him believable is the problem. I think they're gonna make him believable, and it's gonna lose fans. And you know the world is crazy when you're fucking quoting Dave Bautista. John Cena shouldn't wrestle until the pay-per-view. Brock should beat him, and then Bray Wyatt should get revenge on Cena to become a main event talent. After that, Cena should just retire, do some movies. Hockey Fan HD. You hit a home run. Plus 1,000,000 points for you. Lennox Wooderson. Does John Cena have a death grip on pro wrestling? Is Cena the problem, or is it McMahon? I think it's McMahon. I think John Cena is, John Cena has a lot to blame, but John Cena would be nothing without McMahon. And if
I really think he's just really loyal and that he's a company man, and he just does what he's told. Like, I legitimately believe that.
Yeah, but I believe when push comes to shove, he'll pull in his favor. I don't think he's that big of a saint.
Well, all right. You have to look at how he's done it in his past. All right. The way he's done things in his past to gain pull shows that he's not doing it in a way where he could potentially get in trouble for it. So I don't think he's that confident to do it. I don't think he wants to do those sort of things. But there was that one match that they were going to cancel on fuck, I can't remember which paper, but he told him that he needed a 10-minute break so that they could still put on that match, and took a 10-minute. But was it Tensai? No,
I don't know.
I can't remember.
I'm just saying he's not a saint, but he's also not fucking worthy of the death penalty. He's just the right guy that was chosen, and he's making the best of it.
Yeah,
and I think McMahon is a bigger problem.
What's important is that, you know, like, his time is up. Reigns, your time is now. And if anyone can't see that, you know, hey, fuck it, your time is now.
Hockey Fan HD says, Rob and Dave, do you ever think there will be a legit alternative to WWE, or will WWE just monopolize wrestling? I know this is going to sound horrible. I think TNA is just as big of a problem as WWE. TNA's failed on so many levels, so anyone like a Mark Cuban or Donald Trump or anyone that has legit money is not going to fucking bother doing it. I think they're going to monopolize wrestling for a while because the network. I just think as long as WWE doesn't fuck up too bad, because at any time they can just turn it around. It's not like they don't have the talent. So I think they're going to monopolize for a real long time. I just hope that they give us a show we enjoy. Let's see. Comparing wrestling to other sports such as boxing are suffering from allowing older stars to hang around after their prime, not allowing the newer stars to flourish. The NBA... Hold on. Boop, boop. Even with the new features, the one feature I want, they don't have. Alright, where are we at? Alright. Comparing wrestling to other sports such as boxing are suffering from allowing older stars to hang around after their prime, not allowing the newer stars to flourish. I know, when it comes to boxing, I think Lennox Lewis had a lot to do with hurting boxing. But that's a whole nother podcast for another day. The NBA and NFL had their problems, but ultimately drafts, short contracts, and player cuts allow them to make new stars and push out the older ones. Yeah, because the problem is, at the end of the day, they have to perform. WWE doesn't have any legit competition, so they don't have to perform. Even Marvel, Disney, they have legit competition and have to perform. WWE doesn't have to perform. And all these people that say, oh, they're going to come back, they don't. Let's see. The wrestling business suffered from having too many older stars during the early 90s. The mass exodus of wrestlers to WCW forced WWE to make new stars. I know. I wish that happened today. I think we are beginning to see the repeat, and stars of 2000 must completely step aside to allow the younger stars to truly blossom. Yeah, I definitely think so. But, you know, I have been, and I'm not the only one, but hundreds and thousands have been begging for that forever, but I don't know. And Hockey Fan HD says if Cena wins, it's got to the point where I just don't even fucking care. Like, the title doesn't mean anything. If Cena wins, all right, fucking John Cena's champ. He's not champ. You know what? I just don't want to see John Cena. If John Cena's champ and doesn't show up to Raw, like if John Cena's champ and he's part-time, yeah, fuck it. I'll just skip one pay-per-view main event a month. Yeah, it's got to the point where they've broken me so bad that I don't even give a fuck about the championship belt. I mean, he's had it 15, 16 fucking times. Who gives a shit? Give him the belt. Fucking don't even have a world title belt. Just give it to him. Just don't fucking let him wrestle. If he wants to do fucking Make-A-Wish, movies, fucking MMA, pro basketball, I don't give a shit. Take the title with you. Take it with you. Just do not fucking go on the air and pretend to be a wrestler. That's it. So, I don't know. Is that kind of jerky? Let's break down main event. You ready to break down main event?
Let's do this.
All right. One of the matches I really enjoyed, Rob Van Dam defeated Seth Rollins. I thought this main event, we both kind of agreed, kind of show of the week. It went with Rob Van Dam winning with a tricky count-out. I noticed the last 2 or 3 weeks, they've been relying on a count-out a lot. It just seemed like someone in creative's like, we can have count-outs? I didn't know that was a rule. Let's do that.
They do that with shit all the time lately. It seems like they're like, wait. You mean we could have the Wyatts interfere in Bray Wyatt's match, and then we could just restart it after the Big Show and them come out, and just have a 3v3 match over and over?
Yeah, it does seem like they are fucking stuck. And hopefully, but I enjoyed this match. And like I said, like before, Seth Rollins had a great handicap match. I mean, not Seth Rollins. Roman Reigns had a great handicap match. Seth Rollins has a great count-out match. But the problem is, if you do it over and over and over again, it don't have any effect. I enjoyed this match, and the crowd was really into RVD. So it was pretty cool to see that. All right, bam. You got anything to add to that?
Nope.
All right, Adam Rose defeated Curtis Axel. I don't know why. I just felt bad for both these athletes. I was like, oh man, you guys should be. I don't know if you guys should be main eventers. Let's not push them, but you guys should be having better careers than you're having. Can we both agree on that?
I miss Ryback.
I just felt bad. Yeah, Ryback is going for surgery. I just feel bad for Ryback because even though he's not my style of pro wrestling, he just had so much potential. And he fuck it up.
And he's really charismatic.
Yeah, and people got
I love him. That's great.
I don't know. It just pisses me off because it's like Creative fucking ruined that poor guy. I'm not a fan of his, but you can, like Adam Rose, Curtis Axel, Ryback. You don't have to be a fan of to feel bad for him. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not fans of these guys, but they should be doing a lot better. This is when I knew Adam Rose was in trouble. They did the fucking John Cena close-ups. Did you notice they never went to the crowd to, just zoom in? Zoom in! Yeah, so it was bad. It was bad. But Adam Rose defeated Curtis Axel. And it wasn't a bad match. They definitely did some great stuff with the camera work to hide the fact that Adam Rose is not over. Mm-hmm. But with that said, it was just a match where you felt sad. It's like watching a puppy with 3 legs try to fucking keep up with his younger brothers. It just makes you sad. Thanks, WWE. Thanks for making me sad. You got anything to add? I know you're a big Adam Rose guy.
I did hear a cool theory that someone had. Well, all right, it wasn't really a theory. It was basically a fan fiction. But it's hilarious to think about them doing it, that Leo Kruger is actually Adam Rose in kayfabe. It's just he started doing drugs and alcohol to forget his problems and his PTSD and everything. And one day he's going to become clean again and become Leo Kruger.
You know what? Fuck it. Go with it. You know what I mean? They got the Bellas doing a fucking storyline. Go with it. It's
a great storyline.
And you're just like, because if you ever ran a show or weekly show, whatever, and you book, there's a point where you just get burnt out, and you hear an idea and you're not really that thrilled with it, but you're so tired and burnt out, you're like, go with it. That's what I feel like with that storyline. Like, I'm not behind it, I'm just too burnt out to do anything. Go with it. Send it out. This is your favorite. Golden Stardust defeated Lost Matador.
Damn straight they did.
This is your highlight. They continue being heels, threw the little guy out. And dude, they always throw him out so hard. I know he's like a legit wrestler and he's a legit good lucha guy, but at the same time, jeez.
He's great. I wish WWE would take advantage of how good he actually is, and I would take a jab at Rey Mysterio. I would have him wear one of Rey Mysterio's masks and dress like Rey Mysterio, and have him wrestle under the name of Rey Mysterio, and I would just spell the name differently, and I would book him legitimately just to troll fucking Rey Mysterio.
Yeah, we forgot to call Rey Mysterio to see if WWE is racist. we got his voicemail. He said hashtag free Ray. All right. So there you go. Enjoyable main event. And they went back to the New Japan format, which is have the biggest main event match first and then have the others follow. So it felt very like Japanese free television pro wrestling. So it was good to go back to that format. Plus, I don't know. Sometimes I like that format. I know NXT likes to do this slow build, and the main event's the big thing. But the main event, they do it the opposite way, where it's pro wrestling style. So I don't know. Which one do you prefer? Pro wrestling style, where it's the main event, then other matches follow the main event, or more like the NXT, where it starts off slow and builds up to the main event?
I definitely prefer the pro wrestling style. The main event, it's so fun when they do it that way.
Yeah.
But it works because it's an hour-long show, so
well, yeah,
you get pumped right away and it carries over.
Yeah, the pro rest shows are only an hour. The free ones, you got to have cable to have the full. And then if you have cable in Japan, then you watch it like if you're actually watching a sporting event. Like they're just like, oh, here, like the way they cover baseball is the same way they cover pro rest. But for the free television, 1 hour, they book it like main event, or main event books it like no.
So they cover it like baseball. So you're telling me they pay a bunch of has-been white wrestlers to come over from America and wrestle over there during their weekly shows?
You know what? There's a part of me that I could throw a lot of companies under her bus, but yes, that has happened often. I know, like, it's one of those things, I know you were only joking, but it was like, oh no, that does happen. You know what I mean?
No, I know. It's happened so much that fucking Tom Selleck was in a movie about the thing.
Yeah. I love that movie, Mr. Baseball.
It is a great movie.
It is. We should do movie reviews. Mr. Baseball gets 5 bananas.
I don't know about 5. It's like a 4 banana.
All right, so with us together, but the thing is, I think if we did movie reviews, I would be the positive one there. We'd switch hats. Like,
I don't know. You rated Nikki Bella the worst thing ever, and I've got way worse ones.
All right, the Ascension defeat local competitors. I've ranted about this before in NXT. These local competitors are usually indie guys that busted their ass and traveled the world. It makes the Ascension look like fucking worthless pigs because they beat local competitors that don't even have names. And it's such a fucking insult. They've done this before, but the Ascension wins, basically a squash match, and they don't seem to be over with the crowd anymore. It just seems like it might be time to pass that buck. The Ascension used to get over like fucking free titties on a fucking subway. But
you know what they need to do? This is how you fix the Ascension issue for me, all right?
Fire them.
Ascension wins the whole tournament. They beat the #1 competitor. They retain the belt after Takeover. The very next NXT, they go to beat local competitors, and it's Steen and Devitt. And they don't win. Steen and Devitt steamroll them, and that's their debut.
First off, the first thing I want to say is when you pitched your last storyline, I was like, oh, fuck it, I got nothing better, send it out. This one I'm excited about. That's a great idea. Give yourself a Barry Horowitz. You didn't get the old, I got nothing else, go with it fucking wave of the hand. That you got, holy shit. Welcome to the creative team. Sit next to Papa Bear. So the Ascension defeat local competitors. I hate the fact that they call it local competitors. It makes NXT look bad. It makes WWE look bad. It makes the Ascension look bad. Nothing good comes out of that.
Like, could you imagine, though, the debut of Steen and Devitt, though, just being called local competitors?
I think people would lose their shit.
I think it would be amazing, just because they just call them local competitors, and then they just crush.
Yeah, but the Ascension is not over. They're over like a wet fart. Their popularity has gone down bad. Next, new NXT General Manager, William Regal. I don't like the fact that they teased this. If he just came out and said, oh, I'm the new general manager, I'm cool. But the fact that they kind of teased it, kind of like, oh, well, ain't William Regal there every fucking week anyway? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't think they should have teased this. They did a little teasing. And the first thing they do is make a fatal 4-way for TakeOver. It didn't happen that smooth. They had WWE. I'm going to bitch about this because WWE does this too often. First, the local competitor thing sucked. I'm going to tell you, NXT, for a long time, this was a solid loss. I did not enjoy this NXT. I'm just going to put it out there. But on top of that, I fucking hate this. Oh, who should be champ? And they come out, and then they stop at what the match is going to be. If you went to your fucking place of business and said, everyone that wants a fucking raise, meet me in the boss's office, what fucking idiot wouldn't go there? What idiot wouldn't go there? The fucking, when you're like, well, I don't know who's going to be champion, dun, 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 and then they come out, and you're like, wow, okay, there's 4 guys, and then you're like, well, I guess no one else is coming out. It makes the whole roster look horrible. Why wouldn't you come out? They're like, hey, dude, free fucking candy. I want candy. I don't fucking grasp it. WWE does this shit.
You know who should have come out? Kenta.
Why? Why? Well, why didn't Kenta come out? I mean, the motherfucker can't even speak English. I'm pretty sure he could figure it out. Ooh, title shot? I'm going out. I mean, the goddamn janitors, you should be like, oh, dude, I'm only here on fucking vacation. I fucking hate this storyline. I fucking hate it because, yeah, these 4 guys, look at them. They're brave. They want the title. What about the 97 billion guys in the back that are fucking complete pussies?
Do you know how I would do it thinking about it? I would be like, the first 3 people into the ring get a title shot. And I would have people like brawling and fighting their way to the ring. And then I would have the 3 I wanted win.
Yeah, that was IPW. IPW did something like that. They did a reverse battle royal, and they beat the shit out of each other in the small. They had a smaller arena, but they beat the shit out of each other. And then if you were thrown into the ring, you were eliminated.
Nice.
Yeah. IPW. They were fun. All right, so there you go. Yeah, Fatal 4-Way Takeover. It's going to be Neville, Tyson Kidd, Tyler Breeze, and Sami Zayn. And we'll get to Sami Zayn in a little bit, but I don't know. I'm looking for it. Maybe we'll do a pay-per-view profits for TakeOver.
We should.
Like... All right. Bayley.
Sami Zayn wins it, and it leads into a feud with Steen.
I notice all your NXT storylines that get over with me have the word Steen in it.
Or Devitt, or Kenta.
I did not like Bayley defeat Sasha Banks, and it reminds me of the Family Guy episode of 9/11. You're like, Steen? Just same edit. You're like, I hate Bull Dempsey. Steen? Yeah! I hate the fact that no one went out there. Kenta? Yeah! You're running for fucking a political office. You just keep... I wonder if that's how it is, though, in WWE for real. You're like, do you have any ideas? John Cena kicks out at 2 and wins, and Vince just starts clapping. This guy gets it. This guy gets it.
I'd like to believe that it is, except I'd like to believe that he gets a little into it, and then someone else is like, but he comes out to the ring without his shirt on and covered in sweat, and then Vince is just like dying, clapping, and he's like, this guy's in charge.
You're like, I just, dude, I wish I wish I wasn't lazy and could edit videos. I'd just have me like in a suit or something and be like, first day on the creative job, and then it'd just be like, well, what do you think? And I'm just like, John Cena wins, and then it just shows the Family Guy audience going crazy. Holy shit. Oh, fuck. Yeah, the worst part is you know it's true. You know it's true. I got to talk to WWE guys, and I don't think I should have went the John Cena wins route because they were like, "What would you do to fix John Cena?" And I'm like, "Well, that's the problem. Why do we need to fix John Cena?" And they're like, "All right, well, we're ripping up your contract." I should have been like, "How do I fix John Cena? John Cena wins? Yeah!"
How do you fix John Cena? I don't know. I'm thinking, how about another title shot?
Oh, man. I got John Cena on the brain. Bayley Sasha Banks. Dude, first off, I don't think we've ever got derailed from a match ever than this one.
Hold on, wait, hold on. I got one more. You just telling me, like, you're just doing the interview with Kevin Dunn, right? And you're like, I get the perfect solution. Have him take a 30-minute shower with Vince watching. And then Dunn's like, I don't know. And you hear the intercom click on, and Vince is like, hire him. I hire him.
He's in charge of creative. Fuck Triple H.
You're hired.
All right, so from John Cena taking a shower in front of Vince McMahon to Bayley defeats Sasha Banks. It was an okay match. Bayley, is getting over. They continued the storyline with Charlotte. Charlotte is amazing. I know Player Dies and other people, I think you and a couple other people told me Charlotte was good. And I was like, I don't see it. I'm grumpy. And now I've seen the light. I have seen the light. Charlotte is amazing at the promos and the wrestling. And her and Bayley, it's one of those things. I love NXT because, unlike WWE, John Cena versus Brock Lesnar, if you held the gun to my head, who do you want to win? I'd be like, who gives a shit? That's a bad reaction. If you held it, yeah, probably, but I don't even know if I want Lesnar to win.
No, what do you mean? If Lesnar wins, that means we get another promo from fucking everyone's favorite, Paul Heyman.
Yeah, I do love Paul Heyman more than a straight man should. But, yeah, the whole thing is, it's very good. But the thing with NXT is, this four-way, you can make a thing for any of the guys. Like, oh, no, he shouldn't lose the title. Oh, no, he should use the title. You know what I mean? So the four-way, you can make an argument for anyone. And for the women's match, I can't believe it, but I'm like, dude, Bayley has to win. Charlotte has to win. That's the feeling you want. You want, oh, my God, who's going to win? I want both of them to win. Oh, my God, who's going to win? I want all four to win. You don't want... Well, if Brock wins, at least Cena didn't fucking win. Who gives a shit? You know what I mean? That's not the reaction you want.
That's not the reaction I have. I want Brock to fucking destroy him. I want it to be worse.
That would make me happy.
I want it to get changed to an I quit match, and I want Brock to make him say I quit.
Yeah, easy. How about selling some towels now? My whole thing is, dude. Here's the thing. I am kind of... You can ask James Legend. I'm kind of famous for spoiling my kids. Like, my kids just want shit, they get shit. It's just, I grew up poor, and I spoil my kids way too much, you know?
Really, Dad?
Yeah. But, you can ask James Legend. James Legend will tell you how much I spoil my kids. But with that said, if my kid went anywhere and said, oh, I love this guy, Arashi or something. That's a really popular Japanese boy band. But now they're like 900 years old, so I don't know if they're still a boy band, maybe a pop band. But my daughter likes it. If they're like, oh, here's a little towel that says they never quit or some fucking phrase, I'm like, no, you're not buying that shit. Like, I don't understand the fucking towel. Like, if you buy the towel, like, if it was a towel you could whoop across your head, like, the terrible towels, or a Japan scarf towel, I understand. But it's like a dish towel. Never give up. Like what? Never forget to fucking dry off your plates? What the fuck is that? Who the fuck buys that shit?
Dude, that's a ball towel. Think about it. Yeah, think about it. You're out. It's a hot day. Your balls are going crazy. They're sweating a storm. What do? You grab your John Cena never give up thing, shove it down your crotch, rub your balls a little bit, put it back in your back pocket. John Cena says never give up. And that's a ballsy statement.
About John Cena. John Cena's really ruining this show. Bull Dempsey defeats Angelo Dawkins. Alright. There's racist and sexist. I might be a little bit of a fattist. Hear me out. I don't know. Maybe I'm a fat lover. I don't know. Hear me out. I hate Bull Dempsey. I hate him with all my fucking heart. Because they passed up on so many great... Is fat the right word? Fat wrestlers.
Wait, hold on. What do you mean? They're doing... The whole reason they took Bull Dempsey is they're going to keep showing Bull Dempsey just to build up so that people are ready for Steen. And then Steen's going to come out and he's going to look 10 times as good just because he had fucking Bull Dempsey out there.
Okay, first off, that's genius. Second off, they're not thinking like that.
That's what they're doing, man.
I just... Every time I see Bull Dempsey, I'm like, this fat fuck took Samoa Joe's job. And JR is like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't sign AJ Styles on his podcast. Hey, fucker, how about you stop fucking masturbating? They didn't pick up Hashimoto. It just pisses me off. I don't know, maybe I'm a little bit of a fattist, or maybe I just only want my fat friends to succeed. But there's something about me that no matter how good or bad Bull Dempsey is, and trust me, he's not good, I'm just like, that should be Samoa Joe's spot. That should be Steen's spot. That should be Hashimoto's spot when he was still alive. You know what I mean? I fucking hate Bull Dempsey. I hate Bull Dempsey with all my fucking...
At least his finishing move isn't slamming his anus into someone's face.
Well, there you have it. I guess that's the positive. I did not enjoy this match at all. And Angelo Dawkins looked like a real athlete. It was like, JR fucking was just flying. Like a fat guy beat an in-shape guy? No! Stone Cold! Tyson Kidd and Tyler Breeze defeat Adrian Neville and Sami Zayn. Match of the night. It didn't have much competition, to be honest. And it just led to Sami Zayn accidentally kicking Neville, Tyson Kidd getting the pin, Sami Zayn kicking Tyson Kidd in the face, and then staring at the championship belts. I enjoyed it for what it was. I just think they've been telling the story a little bit too long. But with that said, I can make an argument for all four guys winning that title.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what it should be about. I don't know what the fuck they're going to do for the undercard. You have Charlotte versus Bayley. You have this four-way.
It's
anyone else?
Pretty easy, I think. Yeah, they're going to debut Kenta against Devitt.
I would cry. One cool thing on WWE.com and YouTube and all that is, Virgil, I'm probably not saying that right, fuck that. Prince Devitt, the king of Rock-a-Rolla, is just did a short little clip, and it was nothing. It was like, hey, I'm here. I travel the world, and I'm here. And I'm like, yeah, Prince Devitt, you're fucking here. Make it fucking great. I don't know. It's so
weird. And his face paint picture that he put up.
What's that?
The face paint picture he put up was pretty great, too.
Yeah. Huge comic book guy. All right, let's go. New comments, then we're going to SmackDown.
Hold on. You haven't thought about all the things they could do on this card. Like, think about this. They get Kenta against Devitt as one of the undercard matches, as both their debuts. Great. Then you get Steen to come out after Sami Zayn wins to just bitch slap him to the ground and be like, I'm here to kick your Generico ass and I want that belt. And then he walks out. Steen versus Generico.
Dude, why do you say such awesome things? Because there's a part of me that gets sad because it's not going to happen.
It'll happen if they hire me.
Well, then fucking let's get on it. Let's get on it, WWE. Hire fat. Well, you're not fat. You kind of ruined the whole reputation. The whole staff is fat and ugly, except you. You're like, I'm not fat. You're like, you know what? There's a reason we don't like you.
I'm beautiful. That's why I'm more positive.
Lennox Watterson says, why is John Cena seen as loyal when he takes on bad storylines and buries young talent wherever guys like Bryan are seen as pushovers for taking on bad storylines? I don't think he's a saint. He's loyal because, well, there's no one else and they're paying you a lot. It's like, my wife is super hot and rich, and I've never cheated on her. And she lets me have three-ways with 8 different women every fucking week. Yeah,
really?
Everything, it's easy to be loyal. So, Hockey Fan HD, hopefully Ryback returns and used properly. Feel bad for him. See, yeah, that's what I'm like. A lot of people are like, oh, fucking everyone hates Ryback. I don't think I hate him. I just like, oh, that sucked. Your career was ruined.
I love Ryback.
Hockey Fan HD says, you guys should check out WWE's newest top 10 on their YouTube channel. The crowd is amazing. Today's crowds are so silent. WWE also needs to do pay-per-view in Toronto. Canadian fans be crazy and have left out from wrestling for too long. I agree. And yeah, I'll check out the top 10.
I don't know. The Canadian fans had their chance to impress when they got to see that amazing Hall of Fame panel.
Oh, God, that was such a fun moment. Who was the last good Golden Boy? That's tough. I guess
Roman Reigns.
Opinion. Because you get, Stone Cold and The Rock, but they shared the spotlight and put people over because they had to because of competition. So I don't know if you can count them as Golden Boys because they had legit competition. You may be Hulk Hogan, but it's really an opinion. I was never a Hulkamaniac. Ever. I was just not a Hulkamaniac. I'm trying to think who else could be. I mean, Bruno made tons of money, and at the time, a lot of people will look at Bruno now and be like, oh, that's kind of slow and boring. But at the time, that was good wrestling. And some people still love it. I mean, it just depends on your style. Um, I think Bruno was probably the best Golden Boy, just because people loved him. Like Hulk Hogan, maybe he had lots of marketing. I don't know, but I'm trying to think because John Cena, Randy Orton, Dave Bautista, I thought they were horrible, and The Rock, Austin, they were good at what they did. So maybe Austin. I mean, but he's just a brawler. I mean, it depends on your word. I think that's too opinionated of a thing. I guess my personal opinion, I would say Stone Cold. I would say Stone Cold. That's my personal opinion, but that's just off the top of my head. Who do you think the last great Golden Boy was? The chosen, Jeff Jarrett.
The Rock.
The Rock, yeah, he was a good entertainer.
Rock cut some of the best promos, and goddamn, he was so horribly offensive by today's standards.
Yeah, well, and today he's just not the same. Like a lot of people, are like, oh, why do all these old people love The Rock? The Rock that a lot of these younger fans see is nothing compared to the original Rock.
No, he's not. He's not kicking Coach off the fucking camera saying, "Get your monkey out, get your monkey ass off my camera." He's not fucking sitting there making fun of Goldust and calling him a freak. Like, The Rock was an asshole, and it was amazing.
Yeah, and he was a really good talker. So yeah, I just don't know. I mean, he's been out of the game in the PG era, so judging The Rock from his John Cena type performances is just not fair. He's just not the same man. It's not the same WWE. Dave, will you be doing an Impact review, or will you skip it this week? Most likely skipping it, but I don't know. I started tomorrow. I'm going to do a lot more shows. Raw, the odds-on favorite is I'm probably going to skip it, but I'm going to start getting back into the groove here. So, but I saw Impact, and it had 2 good segments, and it was better than WWE, but that was the shortest fucking Cliff Notes Impact review ever. No, it deserves more than that. Hockey Fan HD says, Raw needs longer and more technical wrestling. A 30-minute iron match between someone like Ziggler and Rollins or Cesaro would be amazing. Yeah, but the problem is they don't like wrestling. Like, Vince, if like John Cena, the ratings go down, he's like, oh, give it time. But if the ratings go up during a John Cena segment, they're like, say it's getting over. He's very using the statistics and ratings in his favor. So, like, if you had, like, example, on the Paul Heyman DVD, no one mentions this. When Paul Heyman was running SmackDown, the ratings for SmackDown were higher than Raw. No one dares mention that because, well, that's not his style of wrestling. So if a 30-minute Iron Man match did good, they'd be like, well, they would make an excuse, not that big a deal. But if the ratings went down and people switched channels, they would be like, oh, fuck that. It's wrestling. They just don't like wrestling, so they're going to find any statistic they possibly can to show that the Iron Man match does not work. All right.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like the ideal replacement for that match that Vince would have suggested would have been a 30-minute John Cena wins match, where the whole locker room just comes out to the ring to be F5'd or whatever, or A8 or whichever his is.
Yeah. WWE's competition right now are the fans. Yeah, and Hockey Fan HD, thank you for saying that. And the problem is, you give them an opportunity when you say this. Well, John Cena's not that bad. Oh, give it time. Those are excuses for them to be fucking bad. Koco Rock, it was hilarious to hear the crowd gasping to Bayley saying, I don't even want to hug you to Charlotte. That was, I forgot to mention that. Thank you, for Koco Rock, for friggin' having our back. That was pretty awesome. Koco Rock hair versus hair is another match they got for TakeOver. I'm just not excited for that match. Are you excited for the hair versus hair match?
I'm on the fence.
No, I don't.
I hate hair versus hair matches in general, but I kind of like his character.
Yeah, now my whole thing is the one guy. Okay, I don't know the names. You're gonna have to help me out here. The one
Enzo
guy.
Amore and Big Cass.
No. The other guys, the villains.
Oh, I don't fucking know their names. Like Mario and Luigi, I don't know.
All right. Well, Mario, the one with the beard and the fucking long hair. Okay, he's good. The one is that guy. The one in the background's cutting a promo. I'm gonna drop this a little bit because I don't know their names. But
Luigi.
I've been to Europe. I've been to France. I've seen been in the world, international, hang out with international type people all the time. I never met anyone that retarded from Europe. Like, he was so over the top. I was like, is this guy the new Eugene? What the fuck is going on? He's like, oh, with the hair. Got the hair. You're big fucking dumb. I'm like, dude, he's a fucking cartoon character. I would say, dude, if he's really from France or Europe, wherever he claims to be, he's not doing his people any favors. And if he's an American, I'm like, that's kind of asshole-ish. You know what I mean? I never met anyone from Europe that fucking over-the-top stupid. Hair versus hair is another match. Okay, and Lennox Wooderson asked, who was the worst Golden Boy? I mean, it's easy to pick John Cena, but to me personally,
Hogan.
It's John Cena. I would maybe put Batista. Batista was a Golden Boy. It depends. Right now, I'm going to rank them. Batista, John Cena, Randy Orton. But if you ask
you don't have Hulk Hogan up there?
What's that?
You don't have Hogan up there?
Some people absolutely love Hogan, so I think it worked. I was never a Hulk Hogan guy. I hated Hogan.
I think people loved Hogan because dirt sheets weren't accessible back then. And he just got booked as a fucking I always win guy. He got booked the exact same as John Cena.
No, I don't agree with that.
Dude, he was John Cena all the way up until the end of the
I think John Cena is actually worse, and this is a good debate that we can do in the future. But I think John Cena's worse because Hogan wasn't on every week. Hogan.
That was because he was too fucking lazy.
That's a possibility.
All you're saying is that John Cena has a better work ethic. But
no. I'll give John Cena that. John Cena does have a better work ethic, but I'm saying as far as character, being a fan, no, you didn't see Hulk Hogan all the time. You know what I mean? So it was different. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe this is a debate that can go on way too long. So we'll have to do the John Cena versus Hulk Hogan, who was worse than who. But according to them, they suck each other off. No one was bad.
Dude, I'm pretty sure they do blow each other backstage.
They have to. All right, let's do SmackDown and wrap this bad boy up. You ready, buddy?
Sure. Right now, Hogan's probably got a mouthful of John Cena pulling out, going, "Who's a Hulkamaniac, brother?"
I think they 69 it. And he's like, "Do you like the Cena Nation? I am a Hulkamaniac." And they're just sucking each other off with compliments.
Never give up. I never do, brother.
I just feel bad because Hulk Hogan is respectable. He's kind of got the Wayne Gretzky thing. Even if you hate Hogan, he's just old, so you just fucking say, "Oh, he's not too bad." You know, he gets the fucking not too bad bullshit because he's old.
Eat your vitamins, brother.
I think a lot of people remembered after this promo how bad he fucking really sucks balls. Alright, Roman Reigns defeat Bray Wyatt via disqualification. The Wyatts run in.
And world's biggest cavalry comes.
The world's biggest cavalry. Let me just say this. SmackDown was literally inner theater for Raw. I gotta make an announcement. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're enjoying your potatoes. Tonight's show is going to be a little different. John Cena does not work a second show, even though Rob says he's harder working than Hulk Hogan. Okay, I'm getting a little too personal announcements. Let me focus. Tonight, John Cena will not be here. Playing the part of John Cena will be Roman Reigns. Thank you.
To be fair, though, Cena has wrestled more matches than anyone else.
I have no idea. I know there's a lot of statistics about that stuff.
I remember there was one statistic where I think it's like the only person who's wrestled more matches in 1 year, I actually think is The Rock.
Yeah. That's kind of interesting. All right, so Roman Reigns defeats it, sets it up, bam, we're good. We've already talked about Raw. Seth Rollins, this was probably the match of the night, in my opinion. Seth Rollins defeated Rob Van Dam. Rob Van Dam, according to a lot of internet reports, and Rob, not Rob Van Dam himself, Rob, who I'm talking to. This will be his last Because I sounded like I was a big timer. Like Internet Reports and Rob Van Dam himself. No, and I didn't even use his full name, Rob. But yeah, I thought this was a really good match. It got Seth Rollins. You know, it got him a win, and I enjoyed it tremendously. You want to add anything to that?
No, I thought it was a great match.
Maybe
it was a little glimpse of old RVD.
For a short 1 week feud, I enjoyed it a lot. I enjoyed this a lot, and hopefully. And one thing I like is I believe someone, I think it was JBL, said, "Oh, maybe there should be a rubber match," and I was like, "Oh, hell yeah, hell freaking yeah!" So Seth Rollins defeats Rob Van Dam, and maybe the match of the week. I don't know. There wasn't much competition. Just give it to him.
That's a little harsh, man. That's a little harsh.
I mean, really, this was a really bad week. I'm so glad I was on vacation. I'm happy that
there were a few good matches, man. Come on.
I'm also sad because I had a cram for this show.
Damien Mizdow had 2 matches this week.
Yeah, that is true. All right, Divas Champion Paige defeated Emma. It was nice to see Emma, but she just doesn't seem to be herself ever since.
What? No, she totally did her same shit. Like, she felt like herself. Like, she did the awkward shit, like, that one point where, like, she was in between the ropes and came up and her head kicked Paige in the head, and it was all accidental and she didn't even know she did it type thing. Like, I don't know. I love Emma. She's a great character.
And, of course, just like on Monday Night Raw, you get the frenemies. Dude, listen, this SmackDown was good. The only thing that ruined it was Monday Night Raw. Monday Night Raw was so bad, it ruined SmackDown.
I was pretty upset that I had to watch an hour of fucking Raw segments in the middle of it.
SmackDown would be so much better if it wasn't for Monday Night Raw.
Like, I don't care. Make it an hour-long show. I don't give a shit. Just fucking stop making me watch Raw.
Yeah. Rusev defeated Jack Swagger in a submission match. I enjoyed it, but the big thing, Bo Dallas came out and helped, and dude, it's just, this is so good. It's so good cheesiness. You know, like, it's one of those. It was
fantastic how he interfered, too.
If someone handed this script to you on paper, you'd be like, this is not going to work. This is fucking stupid. And it's just the athletes and the story and everything. It's just one of those things. Why?
I feel like it wouldn't have went as well if it weren't for the fact that as soon as Bo Dallas interfered, he just crouched down and hid behind the ring, and the look on his face was like a little kid who just like ding-dong ditched someone and was hiding around a corner. Like, he had that look on his face, like, ooh, I'm so bad.
What I like about this, and I think while you were talking about ding-dong ditching, what I like about this, and we had such a more racist name for that in Jersey, but we'll not do it. I cannot tell you.
I know the other name.
Yeah. So what I like about this is this reminds me of the Attitude Era, where everyone looked strong and everyone was feuding. Why is this so great and your product is so bad? It hurts my head. It really does. Like, I'm emotionally breaking down. Jimmy Uso defeated Stardust in probably the quickest fucking match ever because, you know, they had more Raw recaps. Dude, I am pretty sure, like, my whole thing is, there was this segment of this SmackDown where I was fast-forwarding, and, like, I would just fast-forward, like, chunks of time, and they would still be talking about Raw.
Dude, there was like an hour straight of Raw.
Yeah, Jimmy Uso defeated Stardust in a super quick match, but it led to Goldust and Stardust being heels. Keeps the storyline going, but overall, too short of a match to even comment on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Damien Mizdow comes down, and, well, first off, this is set up with a pretty good segment. Miz is talking on the phone about going to some gig. I'm paraphrasing this, I assure you. And Kane says, "Oh, get out there and wrestle." And then they get Damien Mizdow as stunt double.
Well, no, all right, you didn't do it justice at all. Miz was on the phone. He's on the phone with his agent or whatever, talking about some booking he's gonna have. And Kane takes the phone. He's like, he's already booked in a match with someone who likes to destroy moneymakers, Sheamus. And it's like the fact that he's already booked. That was great to me. It was corporate Kane in one of his good moments.
So, Yeah, I enjoyed it. And not only that, but I also liked it because he's a character who's helping people get over, and he's not just a typical, hey, look at me, I'm a heel. You know, it seems like he's actually really trying to do his job, too.
And the commentary with him was great.
And the match was short, but obviously just the spectacle, the entertainment of it is what everyone enjoyed. And Mizdow got it, and the best part is, dude, I don't know why, this hit a funny bone more than it should have.
It's the end for you, isn't it?
Yes, the Miz
I was dying.
hits him and then runs away. And I just lost my shit. I enjoyed that way, way, way too much.
It was the way he did it, though. Like, the animations he had while he was running to get out of the ring were just so fucking good. It's like, holy shit. You're amazing, Miz.
I enjoyed it so much. And then Ziggler throws him back in the ring, and he moves out of the way, and poor Damien Mizdow gets a second boot. And then Miz goes through the crowd, and they're talking shit. I enjoyed this a lot. It was very... I enjoy... You know, like, people like, oh, it's sports entertainment. This reminded me of sports entertainment. You know what I mean? Like, oh, it's actually entertaining. You know, John Cena saying, oh, I don't know if I can win. Tell me again, Hulk Hogan, how big my penis is? This is sports entertainment. I enjoyed it a lot. All right, let's see. And then, fucking Roman Reigns, Big Show. I'm sorry. John Cena, played by Roman Reigns. Big Show and Mark Henry defeat Bray Wyatt, Luke Harper, and Eric Rowan. We talked about the match on Raw. It was the same exact match, except Roman Reigns fucking played the part of John Cena.
It really was. It's like, they were like, you know, I don't know if we fully killed these guys yet. What do you say we have Reigns fucking tear through them now?
Yeah, it's fucking batshit crazy.
Next week, they're going to have, like, fucking Dolph Ziggler beat all of them. Like, it's just going to keep going down the ladder until finally El Torito, dressed as Rey Mysterio, beats all of them.
Possibility. All right, let's go some live comments and wrap this bad boy up. I have no idea how long the show is.
7 hours.
Koco Rock. Marcus Lewis is the French guy who does the angry troll face. All right, now we know Marcus Lewis. I never met anyone from Europe that ridiculous. It was like he was a Mike Tyson punch-out character. Hockey Fan HD says, I've lost so much respect for Hogan. He's been sucking Cena off since he returned. No, he's been sucking off Cena for a long time. Even at TNA, someone asked him, they're like, who would you get from WWE to save this company? He's like, John Cena. He's been sucking off John Cena since birth, bro. It's not recently. Hogan knows how to suck off John Cena. And he can't stop. Is it too soon to throw in a Brutus the Barber Beefcake gay joke here?
No, it's never too soon, because I was about to say he was just down there on his knees like, give me your vitamins, brother.
And Bubba the Love Sponge is videotaping. Hogan's personal life makes me sad. Tiffany Nicole says, Emma did the weird kick to the face to Alicia Fox on Superstars. Tiffany Nicole, you pulled out our fucking punk card. We call WWE Weekend Review when we never watch Superstars.
I do.
You want to break it down?
Hell no.
All right.
Fucking terrible.
Well, we do know one thing. Emma did the weird kick to the face to Alicia Fox on Superstars.
I just like that she does like a little shit like that.
Tiffany Nicole is now our official Superstars correspondent. Now, going to our Superstars expert, Tiffany Nicole. What's your report? I don't know. That's like supposed to be breaking news music. Emma did that weird kick to the face to Alicia Fox on Superstars. Back to you, Dave. Thank you, Tiffany Nicole. Appreciate all the hard work. No, but seriously, thank you. Maybe we have to do Superstars. Hockey Fan HD. Will Rollins get the title? If Reigns will win at WrestleMania, Rollins has a couple of months to cash in his contract, and I don't think Reigns will have a short run. Maybe Rollins can cash it in for a different title. Reigns might beat or bury Rollins. That's from Hockey Fan HD. That is very, very, very interesting.
See, what's going to happen is
All right, go ahead. This is your ballpark. I'm gonna step down. I'm gonna give you the hot tag because this has your name written all over it.
It's one of two scenarios. Scenario 1. Rollins steals the briefcase during Raw this week. Well, the briefcase goes missing during one of these weeks, and then at the pay-per-view after the Cena-Lesnar match, Ambrose cashes in and beats fucking Lesnar by cheating with chairs and shit like that before the match. Ambrose walks home the champion.
All right. What's scenario 2?
Scenario 2 is that Rollins just holds on to it, and different people try to beat Lesnar, and Lesnar crushes Reigns when he fights him alone, and he crushes Ambrose when he fights him alone, and they do a temporary, Rollins suggests a one-night reunion, one night getting the team back together to take down Lesnar. And what they do is they jump him and beat the shit out of him, and then Rollins cashes in the briefcase, pins him, and then it leads into a fatal three-way for the title at WrestleMania 31.
All right, but you forgot option C. Dun, 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 dun!
No, I don't believe in that option.
Hold on. John Cena. It's like I said, it's with a straight face. Be one with the joke, Dave. Be one with the joke. John Cena defeats Brock Lesnar in 36 seconds. Triple H panics and sends Rollins down. Rollins cashes it in just to get fucking, I don't know, 5 knuckles shuffled and loses. And he doesn't get the briefcase. Then the Shield is like, that's bullshit. And then Ambrose and Roman Reigns run down in a handicap match. And John Cena beats them all! Option C! Dun 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 dun! My body, my vote! Dun 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 dun!
And then slowly everyone in the back room starts running out, and all of them get AA'd as soon as they enter the ring. And Lesnar and Cena makes his way through the whole fucking roster that way, and then walks out with the belt.
And then it's about to go off the air. Oh my god, this is gonna be horrible.
And then Hogan comes out and says, "Come on, brother."
About to go off the air, and Hulk Hogan's music hits, and he points, and he's like, "It's about time we go one-on-one." And they do a stare down, right? And the camera zooms in on their faces, and they're looking like Andre the Giant and Hulk Hogan, except Hogan keeps getting shorter and shorter, and the pay-per-view goes off the air. Hulk Hogan on his knees, sucking Cena's dick.
I hope Hogan doesn't hear about this. He's been dying for a match against Cena.
He'll be on TMZ and be like, Brock Lesnar, you can't do that to me. Oh my god, I hate my fucking life. Alright, Hockey, let's get a couple more comments out of the way and then fucking wrap it up. I miss doing these podcasts. At first I was scared, but now that I'm in here, we're ready. We're rocking and rolling. Hockey Fan HD says Damien Mizdow and The Miz should win the tag titles at feud with Slater, Gator, or Goldust. How Justin Roberts announces it, and Stardust. So there you go. Damien Mizdow and The Miz. That would be great. Bakaka Rock says, just got my Believe shirt today. Give yourself a Barry Horowitz. Good job. I'm going to always wear it whenever I visit my friend's house who hates Bo Dallas. That's what I like to hear. And make motivational speeches. If they do drop Bo Dallas's character, they should turn him to Bro Dallas and make his new catchphrase Bro Leave. I don't know, Bro Dallas and Zack Ryder. I can see that working out on Superstar. Hockey Fan HD says, you guys are the best at these wrestling podcasts. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Hockey Fan HD. I really appreciate the kind words. Hopefully we'll grow, and hopefully we'll do a lot more shows. Check out
He's
the
just
blog.
euphoric from hearing about you yell about John Cena.
What's that?
He's just euphoric because of you yelling about John Cena.
That's a possibility. I mean, do you think let's be honest, do you think there's any other YouTube thing that had option C where it ends with Cena beating everyone and Hogan blowing them?
No, I'm pretty sure we're the only ones who brought up Hogan blowing Cena. Like 3 times.
Oh my god, I'm gonna have a heart attack on air. I'm getting too old for this shit. I turned into fucking Lethal Weapon.
You know that's how one of the Turkey Manias is gonna end.
Just me having a heart attack.
Yeah, after Cena beats you, you have a heart attack, and then Hogan sits there and blows him while you know.
Dun, dun, dun. All right. Oh, this is a good question. Lennox Wooderson. Here we go. How would you make Wyatt's a credible threat for Lesnar between now and Survivor Series? Same for Cesaro and Ambrose.
I don't think you can. Like, I'm questioning. I'll be amazed if they make the Wyatts seem anything like they were.
Yeah. Cesaro, all you have to do is let him win. I think the only ingredient missing from Cesaro is letting him win. As far as Ambrose, he just has to be on television. Like Cesaro, I think like the Wyatts is the biggest challenge. Let's be completely honest. Cesaro, there's not a challenge. Starting Monday, you're gonna win from now on. Done and
Not
done.
only that, you have him start winning, and because he stayed strong in all of his losses, you have him start winning, and then all you have to do is have Lesnar almost lose the belt to Cena and get pissed at Heyman afterwards because Heyman distracts him or something during the match. Yeah, and then Heyman's like, you know what? I don't need this shit. And Heyman gets his old Heyman guy, Cesaro, to come deal with it.
And if you're going off my standard of the best wrestler that connects with the crowd should be champion, I think Ambrose fills that spot perfectly.
Ambrose is a god.
Yeah. Well, don't insult Terry Funk on our show. And
Ambrose is better than Terry Funk.
Wyatts are the real challenge because you damaged.
You know why Ambrose is better than Terry Funk? Ambrose has never lost to Martin Marvel.
I don't even have words for that. I don't even have words for that. How would you make Wyatt a credible threat for Lesnar between now and Survivor Series? That's the real challenge. I'm going to be completely honest. I mean, there's so many things you could do with them, but the problem is they're damaged. I don't know. I think you have to have... Well, first off, they have to be a group. None of this, two of them come out, one of them come out by themselves. All three of them have to be a group. And all three of them have to start fucking wrecking shit. Yeah, I just have to rebuild him. They have to get the revenge on John Cena. They, especially if you're going to build him up as a threat to Brock Lesnar. And you have to figure a way why they would want what Brock Lesnar has. Because a lot of times in their storylines, they want something that doesn't really exist. Like, John Cena's spirit and all that bullshit. So John Cena would have to put them over to save them. And maybe do what they did with the Shield in the early days. Have them, the tag teams, have them beat the Usos or whoever the champs are, Goldust, And not only that, but Goldust and Stardust, I think, would have a good freaky feud. Yeah, I'm feeling the creative process. Hear me out on this one. Give me a second. I'm gonna give you the hot tag in a second. Have Goldust beat the Usos. Have the Goldust, the Dust Brothers. Let's call them the Dust Brothers. The Dust Brothers feud with all three members of the Wyatts, and the Wyatts beat them and get the tag titles. So you've already reestablished those two guys. And then Bray Wyatt, just have someone not respect him. Like, have a mid-carder, but not too big of a mid-carder. I don't know, maybe The Miz. Have The Miz or someone like that disrespect him. Like, dude, you don't even fucking win. What type of god are you? You know what I'm saying? And have him beat the fuck out of that character. And then have it where the Wyatts are like, hey, we got the fucking titles. What the fuck are you? You're not a god. And he goes back and beats John Cena. And then he's like, well, we have a title, you don't have a title. And then he goes absolutely crazy and goes on a bit of a winning streak, but not a winning streak like John Cena. Sometimes he gets disqualified and loses, but he's just fucking punishing fuckers. And people talking shit, not believing he's a god in the back, getting beat the fuck down. And to become a god in this universe, you need to have gold. And then that's where he goes against Brock. But that's a lot of people sacrificing to put over something John Cena damaged so quickly.
I think you could do it easier than that.
All right, go ahead. Tag, you're in.
All right. So I like the idea of someone mocking him over how weak he is and it making him snap. What I would suggest is that actually he get beat by Cena again next week, and then afterwards, Bo Dallas comes out and does his whole "you just have to believe it" thing, and Wyatt just fucking snaps and just beats the fuck out of Bo Dallas, like horribly beats Bo Dallas for it. And then after that, you have it go with them just starting to assault John Cena as a group to get revenge all the fucking time. Every time he's doing anything, they show up just to beat the fuck out of him, and they have to beat him. They have to beat him repeatedly. And then it has to go all the way into Night of Champions, and during the match, when it looks like Cena might start doing a goddamn Cena wins, the lights have to flick out, and it has to come back up with him having had the shit beat out of him, and them standing up at the top of the ramp, and then that's when Lesnar wins the match. And after that, their goal becomes to break Lesnar, to actually make him unable to control himself, and just make him this wild, rampaging monster. And then after that, Lesnar gets set up to become the new monster of WrestleMania.
Gotcha. Or option C, Cena beats everyone and Hogan blows him.
Hogan blows him 16 times, though, because after Night of Champions, he's going to be a 16-time champion.
Part of me is dying inside. Occupant HD, instead of believe, I've been saying believe in real life. It's become a habit. Yeah. Tiffany Nicole says, don't do superstars. The Brie Stephanie promo, 10 minutes of wrestling, then full Cena promo. All right, so there you go. Tiffany Nicole, from now on, you are superstar correspondent. The pay is nothing, and the satisfaction is less. Thank you. But Kakarok says, great podcast, guys. I added greatest. I misread that. I think that was kind of me being a douche. But he says, great podcast, guys. But now I'm definitely holding you guys to do Hulkamania versus Cena Nation. All right, so we'll have to do that. Write that down, Rob, because you have a better memory than me. Remember, one of our shows this month will be...
I'm not going to remember shit. I'm high as balls. You need to write that down.
Sir, this is a drug-free working environment.
No,
Could you imagine Koco Sports being like, oh, we're going to drug test our employees now? Oh, well, look at that. The company went bankrupt.
I'd be the only one being punished.
Well, I don't know. Do we count, like, heart medication and pain pills? And I don't know. You think Jerry O'Neill is sober?
Let's do a wellness program.
Wellness program. We're fun.
Come on, be a star.
When is Stump the Idiot? Tiffany Nicole asks. Soon. We have to get a bunch. We have to figure it out. We've dropped the ball on Stump the Idiot, and I went on vacation. September, I'm going to make this promise. September, there will be a Stump the Idiot. No, we do need to bring it back. So, I don't know. We'll have to collect a lot of questions and all that. But, yeah, we'll definitely bring it back. This is kind of Stump the Idiot. You can be like WWE Week in Review. Plus
just because you get stumped and you are an idiot doesn't mean that it's Stump the Idiot.
That is true. Hockey Fan HD says Ambrose vs. Wyatt could be a cool feud with promos and maybe a hardcore type match between them. That would be awesome.
I would be upset actually if they wasted Ambrose on that right now.
Oh, you're right. Not right now. You have to definitely rebuild them. And worst WWE week ever. TNA, on the other hand, is doing well, and that's Mr. the King. I do believe TNA has been doing really well in New York. I think TNA, a lot of TNA fans say they're always better than WWE, and I don't think that's the case. I think TNA in New York and recently, and granted, I haven't seen the full show of Impact this week, so but from what I've heard, it's good. What I've seen is good. Impact has been better in New York than WWE has been in February, leading up to it. So, yeah, they've been doing really well. As a matter of fact, we might have to do Pro Wrestling Weekend Review. We just got to get you to watch Impact. All right.
No.
What about this? Hear me out. We're going to negotiate on air. I will watch Total Divas and do a review show with you for the next season if you become the Impact guy.
Depends. Are you going to watch all the back episodes of it?
Are you going to watch all the back episodes of Impact?
That's not really fair. You need to see the back episodes to be caught up on the storyline.
How many episodes are there?
2 seasons.
Well, I know, but are they 12, 24?
I think it's like 25 episodes total.
All right. Oh, total. All right, so if you watch 25... Well, we're longer. We're longer. Let's be fair. If you watch the last 12 Impacts, then we'll call it even.
I'm going to say no, that's not fair still, because of the fact that there's a lot of nice stuff to look at. The whole show is following hot women.
Impact has some good-looking women.
Listen, I'll tell you what, I'll watch 12 Brooke Tessmacher matches.
The negotiating continues. The negotiating continues. All right. Please, ladies and gentlemen, listen. CocoSports.com, we are rebuilding a lot of stuff right now. Starting Monday, we're going to be awesome. So go there out of pure charity, but starting Monday and going into September, go there because we're going to be awesome. CocoSports.com. Look at that.
Are you guys adding that new segment, the new section, the Dave and Tiger Mask, that area?
No, Dave and Tiger Mask is still on the back burner. Oh, inside jokes to end this show. We know how to fuck. Should we tell the story of Tiger Mask? All right, listen, we'll do it on a Stump the Idiot. If there's any interest in why he brings up Martin Marvel, or any interest why he brings up DaveAndTheTigerMask.com, which doesn't exist, if there's any interest whatsoever to know why Rob keeps telling inside jokes that no one fucking knows, no matter how many times you watched our podcast, tell us and we'll do it. Will Sting ever debut and wrestle? I believe probably one time at WrestleMania.
Yeah, I think he's going to be the one to beat Pete Lesnar.
Shut up.
With his baseball bat.
I could see him wrestle, but I could see him doing commentary, doing what Hogan's doing. Yeah, I think that's probably going to be in the future, and he'll probably.
I don't see him sucking Hogan. This sucking Cena's dick. I don't.
Yeah, Sting has some fucking pride. I don't think he's going to suck dick, but he'll probably be like the WCW go-to guy with Diamond Dallas Page on the network. So, but I think he'll wrestle one match at WrestleMania. Against who? Who knows? We'll see. Most likely The Undertaker, but that's all. That ball's in The Undertaker's court. All right, I think that's it. So go to CocoSports.com. Coco is back. I'm back. And I'm mediocre. I messed up that word. Anyway.
You were good at words.
Yes. I'm good at the speaking and the writings of the words, not so good. Anyway, I just made myself sad. Go to CocoSports.com, but we are rebuilding, so go there Monday with piss and vinegar. Yeah, that's a horrible saying.
Piss and vinegar?
Yeah, you ever hear old people say that? Go there with piss and vinegar? It means like energy and fucking fighting spirit.
Mm-mm.
I'm officially fucking old. You're like, no, shut the fuck up, Grandpa.
Yeah,
anyway,
a little bit.
Anything you want to plug that's not fucking make-believe? You make a living off being online. And we have an audience of 4 or 5 or 6 people, depending on what counter you read. And you refuse. You refuse to fucking promote anything real. Promote one real thing.
All right. I'm working on this new website. It's Scam, like SKM, and then it's Regit, REGIT.
Why do I
and
feel?
then it's Ni, Ni, and then it's Evad, EVAD. And then we have another website that will redirect you to that called DaveAndTheTigerMask.com, and they both take you to the same place. But you could pretty much see whatever you want there. And Dave will do it, Tiger Mask and all.
No, the Tiger Mask mystery still seems like... I think people are going to be shocked with the Tiger Mask story. We'll have to save it for another show. Franielli says he's interested. I really want to know. But it's one of those things, when I tell the story, you want to know. You're like, dude, I want to be like Rob and Dave. I want to know what to talk about.
You don't want to know.
And when I tell you the story, you're like, I wish I never did.
You don't want to know.
Do you want to do it now, or do you want to save it for Stump the Idiot?
I say save it for Stump the Idiot.
All right. All right, well, save it for stuff.
Give Franielli a reason to want to tune in.
We're gonna tease you, Franielli, but I guarantee once you really do know, you're gonna regret it. It's like, you know, you want to see what your grandma's titties look like, but once you see them,
what? I think we've had different standards in our life.
I got nothing. I think that's blinding. Go to CocoSports.com. Thank you, guys. Thank you for all the live comments. Rob, thank you. I'll hopefully get back on doing podcasts daily starting tomorrow.
All right. And when are you going to start watching Total Divas?
I don't know. We're still in deep negotiations.
Remember, though, you're going to start doing that review show with me called Total Divas.
Is that what we're really going to name the show?
Yeah, Total Divas.
Oh, my God. I hate my life. All right. Thank you all. Please check out CocoSports.com. We're working on it. Monday, it should be awesome. All right. See you tomorrow. Most likely. With that, I am over. Dun, 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 dun.